colleagues is how many of them smoke in the house.
Well, yeah. Is there a problem with this?
No, even when I used to smoke, it was never in the house.
This is a cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not just a huge cigarette.
Okay, well, we're now live.
Hello, 3 people. I don't know how many there are.
2, but I don't know how many of those are actually you guys.
It's more hello for the 6 people.
Who is stalking us?
I don't know. Well, I'll watch chat, so if anyone wants to say hi, I'll pass the messages across.
I know that I won't say his real name. So Tamontin from Twitter was watching a little bit last week.
Yeah.
I still don't know who he is, but you can probably send me a message, tell me privately.
Yeah,
he looks a bit like Dave Gorman.
Yeah.
I probably know him, but I don't recognise him.
Right. So
I remember what I wore last week. I hope I'm not wearing the same thing. Anyway.
No, but your teddies have rearranged.
They probably have actually.
It's what
Had
happens
a video
if you
call
have
with
too
my
much time
nephew.
on your hands. Okay, so last time we left off, you just beaten up a load of frogs and dwarves and an elf in the entrance to Croaker Cavern. Davil, last time before we left, you mentioned you were going to go through the pockets of the humanoids to see what you could find. You have managed to find 20 silver pieces.
Ooh.
2 gold pieces. So 20 silver pieces in one of the dwarves, 2 gold pieces on the elf, and 16 silver pieces in the other dwarf. On the other dwarf.
So that's a total of how much? 2 gold,
36 silver, and 2 gold.
Right, I shall add that to my character sheet.
Sorry, 26 silver and 2 gold each. Yeah?
36
silver, and it's not each. That's what Davil picked
and
up.
2 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want it off him, feel free to talk to him about it.
I'll look after it for the party, okay?
Yeah.
I have no problems with doing that. I will take, I will do that because, it's only fair and natural if I do that.
Okay.
Do you look an honest man?
I'm totally honest.
I look at plenty honest men.
His account.
said like a completely dishonest person.
Okay.
Maybe if we play a little game, you can get it off. No.
Yeah, you can sort it out in the tavern afterwards.
We'll sort it out later.
Yeah. So currently, Camney has made his way across to the other side and put the plank over the pool, so you can come across if you want to.
Well,
that's where we are. We're not in initiative, so.
In that case, can I just peek around the corner?
You can. Do you want to actually stand there, or do you want to stand where you can see inside?
Oh well, I don't know. Can I see inside from there?
I mean, you can because you're standing in the area. If you stand there.
Yeah.
Do you want?
Remember, you're half elf, aren't you? So let me do some revealing. So it's a very dark cavern. Okay. It reeks. It absolutely stinks, and all over the floor, it's covered in bat guano.
Ooh,
back
up a bit.
It looks like it's going to be very difficult to walk through there. It is literally covered in it. You'll be wading through. So you think that if you go through, it's gonna be harder than normal.
Anybody got a liking for bat guano or smelling really bad?
Nope.
I mean, I don't mind
dwarfs, I'm used to it.
That sounds like a volunteer there.
Yeah.
But can I go alone? That's the question.
I'll stand here and root you on. I've got a cantrip ready. I can cast it. If you want to take it in there, I got your back, bud.
Let's go.
Let me just reveal a bit more of the other cavern because you've moved forward a bit. So.
Well, I'm not going to be left behind.
You can see the other cavern. The floor in the other cavern in front of you, Camney, looks about the same as the shore that you're on. It's a cave floor, but you think you can traverse it without too much trouble. You can see the javelin that you threw earlier in the fight, just on
went like flying.
Yeah, just on the floor, about 10 feet in front of you, just front of where that
10 feet in
elf
front.
panda. Yeah, about. Where's the
Can I
thing?
go? Can I just go pick up?
Yeah, if you want to.
Cool. So I just go pick up.
Okay, so you can pick up the javelin, no problems.
I'm just going to advance just to back him up.
Okay, so Pandak, have you made your way into the room?
I have.
Okay. Again, you can see the same.
Looks
the same
miserable,
that
isn't it?
Thokul could see before. It's absolutely covered in bat guano. You can hear sort of a little bit of chittering maybe in there, but you're not quite sure. Give me a perception check.
Is that both of us?
No, just Pandak at the moment, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see in front of your own face.
No,
Not ideal.
You can see the obvious, but nothing really stands out.
Not a great fan of bats here, folks.
Music?
Music. Oh yeah. Your DM's been busy.
What is this?
Yeah, your DM's been
Like a
busy.
real thing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'd like to give that a little applause. That's good. I like that.
Um,
But yeah, I've got her on camera. There's an actual.
I'm going to move a little bit further and attempt to peer into the room and attempt a perception check of my own, if it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a perception check.
Once I find it, bear with me. I've lost it yet again. Oh dear.
No.
Yeah, nothing in this room.
Nothing. Again, aside from the obvious, you can't see anything special in the room.
Yeah, fair enough. Dark room, chittering. Not a whole lot I can see. I see no reason and no interest to go in there.
I have an out of character question there. How, Tom, did you get it to just roll the one number?
I just pressed perception.
Oh, magic.
Yeah, it's weird that Phil's rolled with advantage. It might be an option on your character that always.
Yeah.
I think there's a checkbox somewhere on your character sheet that says always roll with advantage, or which may be on or off. So that might be it.
Well, I didn't have a tick next to it. I put a tick next to it. Is that
So,
No.
no?
Yeah, well, actually,
Oh, if you go into the settings in your character sheet on the right hand side.
No. Yeah, if I'm on my character sheet, if I click, it doesn't have a tick next to it.
No, if you go into the settings to the top on the
settings,
right,
yeah.
there's then roll queries always roll with advantage. So do
just
we want to do it never roll advantage?
Never roll?
No, I mean you might as well roll with advantage, and that way we
Just
don't have
saves
to
time,
go.
I suppose.
It saves time later.
All right.
Cool. No worries.
Okay.
Bear with me. I'm going to set that.
I do have a light cantrip if we do want to light up this cavern. We might be able to.
If I remember correctly, currently the people who are having trouble with night vision are Camney and Dabble, but Dabble's brought with him a hooded lantern which is currently lit. So wherever Dabble is, and anyone that can't see in the dark can see up to 30 feet dim light.
I'll stay with the guy with the light.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to come back out of this cave and join the team.
Okay. I shall do much the same.
Okay. You're moving into the room.
I start at speed moving through the cavern.
So you're gonna make a run. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just do some revealing. Right.
I shall knock an arrow just in case.
Yeah, kind of constantly running at speed is if anybody behind who has light, like basically running to the edge of as far as I can see constantly and then just stopping.
Okay. So the slow dripping of water from the ceiling flows into a pool in the southwest corner of this cavern. A large wooden bucket with a lid sits near the edge of the pool.
Hold on. Let me amble forward a bit.
So you said 30 feet on the
30
on the
feet
hooded lantern?
from the light source, yeah. So what I'll do, I'll reveal what you can see as dim shapes, and if there's anything hidden, then it'll drop onto your view when I believe you're within the 30 feet of the light.
So I run down to the side of this rock.
Hold on. Let me have a look. I can have a quick look for certain things. Make sure it's not trapped or anything. Let me have a sniff.
I'm not touching the bucket. I'm just getting down here to look around the corner.
Okay. So, Devil, are you making some kind of...
Yeah, I'm going to have an assess of the bucket. Let me work out where I've hidden my character sheet. What do you want? Perception?
What are you doing?
I'm just going to basically have a sniff around it, just make sure there's nothing dodge around.
Yeah, give me a perception check. No, an investigation check, please, on the...
Oh, okay. Ignore that one then.
Okay, you have a look around the bucket. You don't see anything particularly special about it. At least from the distance you're at, you can't see what's in it yet because you're trying to keep a bit of a distance. But you don't see any traps or anything like that. Anything nefarious. It just looks like a regular bucket.
Okay, I'm going to use the edge of my rapier just to knock the lid off.
Okay, the lid's sort of half on, but you give it a flick, and the lid pops off. Nothing happens.
Shine me lantern in and see what's in there.
Okay, so you look into the bucket and you can see what looks like some dead creatures in it. The one on top looks like a bat.
Waiting for it to be an empty bucket.
Ooh, this looks like feeding. This looks like a feeding tray.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move down to here. Can I
So
see
there's a
anything
bucket for
further
feeding.
along?
No, you can't see any more than
Okay.
I've revealed.
Fine, that's fine.
Did you say that out loud that it was a feeding bucket?
Yes, it looks like a feeding bucket.
Yeah, I think I agree. So I wonder what. So everybody be on the guard.
I'll find out.
that's what-
So
I
I
think that water
run
is
to
where we need to avoid.
Yeah, I should.
Well,
I'll find out, and I run to the edge of the water, and I just jump and start splashing in the edge of the water.
You jump and start splashing in the edge of the water.
Yep.
I go up behind him to possibly persuade him that this might not be a good idea.
I'm going to stand there and shake my head and tut.
Okay, well, as you do that,
Kind of completely oblivious to the half elf behind me, just completely ignoring him and yelling loudly.
as you do that, 2 giant ice frogs jump out of the water
Sweet.
and attack. So, can you?
Initiatives.
That'll be going to be.
No, not
initiative,
yet,
isn't
not
it?
yet, not yet. I need to clear it from last time.
Help him, or has his reckless actions taken him on his own? I'm not convinced this is my fight.
Well, you can stand there and see what happens. That's a valid
You can run off.
tactic. Yeah.
I'm here to
Okay.
smash things.
Are we
Alright.
rolling initiative?
For now, we'll join in, but should this be a lesson?
Maybe
I
you
wouldn't
can,
want anyone else to get there first, you know.
Ian, do we need to roll initiative?
Yes, please.
Remember to select your token,
Yeah, select your token.
and then.
Oh.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I always forget about that.
Oh, yep, I like that.
Do I have to roll again?
I actually rolled left.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to select your token.
Your token.
Okay.
You'll need to do yours, Phil. You need to select your.
How come
What
it
do you
doesn't
select
auto
your
sort the turn?
So
Just-
click
just
on
click on
your
it.
character token on the map,
It will do once
it'll,
I
like,
tell it
it'll,
to
like, highlight.
sort it.
Oh yeah.
and then when you hit the initiative thing, it will now actually add it to the initiative order.
Cool.
So we're missing Jeff. Can
Jeff.
we get a?
Can you get your tongue in here, dude?
Yeah, we need some insulting from here.
Yeah.
Is he busy singing a song?
Monsieur Jeff. Are you having trouble?
Oh, you got to click on your
You've got
icon.
to click on your token. and
Oh no,
then-
he's done it. He's done it. He has done it.
Okay.
Oh, he's there.
There he is. Yeah.
there.
Let me just make sure it's sorted correctly. Right.
Love it.
So, but I'm going to give the giant ice frogs an attack because you startled them and kicked the fight off. So, This giant ice frog is just going to move in front of you. And let me find his bloody character sheet. And he's going to bite you. What is your AC? Your AC is 16, isn't it? Yeah, so that misses. So he goes to take a bite out of you. You just give him a smack.
I kind of cackle loudly.
Yeah. Give him a little smack. He
flip him the birds.
And the next giant ice frog is going to jump next to you, and he is also going to take a bite. Okay, again, he goes to take a munch. Doesn't hit.
Louder.
So next up is Camden.
Cool. So, I will just. I'd like to. First of all, I'd like to rage.
Okay.
So I rage up.
So remind us what rage does. It gives you a bonus to hit, is it?
So rage.
A bonus to damage.
On your turn, you enter range as bonus action. Raging, you gain following benefits: advantage on strength checks and saving throws. And when I make a melee weapon attack using strength, I gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases based on the level. And that's essentially equivalent to, I think, +2.
Is your proficiency?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's +2.
Okay, so you be raging.
I be raging.
Is that bonus action?
The bonus action to activate rage, yeah.
Okay.
And I unsheath my great axe from my, and take a big swing straight in the face of the one to my south.
Okay. So that one there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna be with the great axe, which is this one. That's an attack roll.
Mm-hmm. So 9. I'm afraid 9 misses. Take a swing at it. You sort of twist at the last second, and it sort of slides down the slimy outside of the frog. No damage, I'm afraid. So you have a move action if you want to, but that will provoke an attack of opportunity.
No, I'll chill.
Okay.
I'm happy around.
Right.
So next up, yes.
No, I'm not next. Never mind. Ignore me.
Not next. No, unless you're a giant ice frog. You're not
No,
next.
apologies.
Okay, hang on. Okay, next up are the giant ice frogs. So, the one in front of Camney, not happy about being smacked on the head, so he's going to take a bite at you.
Cool.
And, no, I won't use it on the first monsters. No. So he critical fails. He just... he looks like he rang his bell. You didn't do him any damage, but it looks like that hit just sort of rang his bell a bit, and he sort of
falls over.
Yeah, he's not quite sure what's going on. He's not going to move. The next one is going to take a bite out of you. Again, he goes to take a nibble. He just doesn't connect. No damage.
Awesome. At this point, I'm just guffawing, like absolutely dying of laughter.
Laughing your ass off.
Yeah.
So this is just
not that I find it particularly funny, but entirely to goad them for continually missing.
Okay.
And also a little bit because I missed.
Next up, Panda.
So after being at the forefront of the last battle, I quite want to stay back to reserve my health.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can...
Just a note, by the way, you still have 1 level of exhaustion from your swim in the last game. I originally said that was half movement, but I was wrong. It just means you have disadvantage on saving throws. But just bear that in mind. You've currently got disadvantage on saving throws.
So I'm going to stay far back. The only thing I can do is throw a Ray of Frost, which is my cantrip. But against an ice frog, I feel it might be quite inefficient. But we give it a go anyway.
Yeah, give it a go.
Okay.
And roll 1.
So
I have on the
7,
one south. Yeah, to the one directly south.
Okay, so you cast your Ray of Frost, and it misses. It just strikes the pond, the pool behind it. Just misses. You have a movement you can make. You also have your bonus action, but I'm not sure you've actually got anything you can do on your bonus action.
I don't believe I have. I'm just going to stay here, nearing the back, ready to leg it if needed.
Okay. While we're in combat, you can, if you want to, hold an action. That's one of the things you can do. So if you find you're in a position where you can't do something, but you also don't want to move because that might put you in danger or put you in a position you don't want to be in, you can say you want to hold an action. So you can hold an attack, you can hold a spell, but all you need to do is say what would cause you to take that action. And as soon as something happens that would trigger that, then you get to take your action. So you could say, for example, you hold a Ray of Frost spell for when one of the frogs moves or something along those lines.
Right.
That's open to everybody. Okay, next up. So cool.
All right, if I move to there, can I hit that frog to the south?
This frog here?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Out with the hammer?
Which is currently +1, isn't it, to attack and
Yes, it is.
damage because you blessed it.
I don't know how to do that. Do I just add one to the roll?
We just add 1 on when we see it.
Okay, so hit with the hammer.
Okay, so that's 12 to hit. That hits. So roll damage.
Which is 1d6 plus 3.
Is it +3 or is it +4? It's
4.
+3 +1, isn't it? Because
Yeah, so, well, it currently says 1d6 plus 3 bludgeoning. So
Right.
1d6 plus 4 bludgeoning.
yeah. So that is 6
Okay.
because you rolled a 2. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
actually, if you want to, you can actually do /roll and then type 1d6 plus
6 plus,
your thing.
yeah,
I'll add it
okay.
on for you. So that's 6 damage to the frog. Okay, so you take your forge hammer and you swing down, and you manage to hit it on one of its forearms.
Okay.
Bit of a sickening crunch.
Squish the frog.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else? You've got a bit of movement left if you want to move.
If
you do move, it will
I
provoke an
don't
attack.
feel that anybody else is going to come down and take these spaces, so I'm just going to stay put here.
Okay. So next
I
up,
will reserve any further action should things change.
Okay, next up we have the foul-mouthed psychic cannon that is Ginopa.
Yeah. It sounds good.
Is it ironic that I can't hear him?
Yeah, your audio's a little. Oh, cool, he's talking to us from the future.
Yeah, you sound like a bit of a Dalek. Your video's coming through all right, but
Beep boop.
have you got a...
Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh,
better.
have you got the,
No, whoop, 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 was
Yeah.
was
have you got
crystal
the
clear.
audio input?
That was
correct?
crystal clear.
Is it trying to take audio input from the camera, which is what I had a while back?
Does your camera have an audio input?
I think so.
Get a little bit closer to it and then keep speaking.
Not you, Tom. No, I think it is picking it up from you, Mike. I think you just need to talk louder.
Enunciate, dear boy, enunciate.
I don't enunciate. I'm from Yorkshire.
There we go.
Yeah.
Imagine that the frog is in Lancashire, okay?
Right.
And a bit
I
deaf.
take my top off to reveal my white vest. I start slapping my chest, going, "White rose, white rose." Right. I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy. I can't pronounce that. Is that right?
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
To make my voice boom a bit better.
Okay.
So
Is that a bonus
the next round,
action?
that's let's read this later.
So it doesn't. Oh yeah. So your voice booms for up to 1. It is one action. So if you do that, then That is your action. You won't be able to do anything else unless you've got another thing you want to.
Because killing those people who influenced last time tired me out. So might as well just what's the army.
Okay. So you're
Just gonna yell at them.
just going to use thaumaturgy to fix your microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use thaumaturgy, fix the microphone, and then I'll just shout something at the next girl.
Okay. Do you want to move at all? Or are you happy where you are?
I'll be a little bit close.
Okay.
Right,
That's the end of your turn. Next up, Devil.
I'm going to shoot an arrow at the nearest one.
So this one.
Yep, because
Okay.
he's nearest. Hold on a sec. I need to just. Roll 20 is quite laggy sometimes. I think that'll hit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice
20,
job.
that'll do it.
Nat 20.
That will do it. So roll for damage.
Oh, not a nat 20 because it's plus 5.
Holy
it not
fuck.
now?
Oh no, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need
Ignore
to do your
that.
slash.
I forget you have to type it in manually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Okay, so 5 damage. So your arrow thuds into the side of the frog. He's wounded.
Looks like somebody has to get your asses out of the fire.
Okay. Do you want to make a move?
Nope, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. So next up is Camney.
Just to be clear, they came out of the water, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, cool. I just wanted to double check if they could breathe in the water. I did contemplate trying to drown one, but that would look really silly.
I mean, you could try, but yeah, they came out of the water.
Struggling.
Yeah.
Why aren't you dying? What is this? Yeah. So I light it up again. Still raging. Take another big swing at the same one, aiming to just cleave him in half.
Right, the one in front of you.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a attack roll with Great Axe. Never mind.
Ooh, was that? That was a 1, wasn't it?
It was a 1.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never.
Bear in mind.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Bear in mind that the frog rolled a 1, a crit fail.
He did.
And you didn't just explode the frog.
No.
So I feel like I should get some leniency.
I feel like the frog didn't deserve that. I feel like that did not need to debut on a frog. So you wind up. Yeah. The frog's got the measure of you now, and you can see that he's watching you. So as you bring your axe up, he's like he's guarding the goal on a Premiership shootout, and you bring it down, and he figures out where it's going, and he just hops to the side, and you just crunch it down into the floor.
Wait, that's what I was trying to hit.
The floor. Yeah. Well, you got a crit hit on the floor. Next up are the giant ice frogs. Now the giant ice frog in front of you, he's got his confidence back a little bit. So what he's going to do, if he moves, he's going to attack. Yeah. So he's just going to take a bite out of you. He's focused on you now. He understands the game you're playing. He understands the rules that you two are operating under. So he's going to take a bite at you.
Cool. I feel like we're going to be friends at the end of this.
He sort of... your axe is still in the ground as you perform this strike, and he takes a bite at you and grabs onto your arm, but he just can't get through your armor and your skin. So he's gnawing away on your arm, but he just can't break through that armor that is in front of you.
I kind of cast a quick glance at him, like, we're not having a good day either of us here, mate, are we?
Well, you give a knowing glance to each other. It's like, yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah, I understand.
I mean, we might be trying to kill each other, but you know, we're opponents in the great game, you know.
Yeah. So the other giant ice frog joins in. Did I just... Oh, I didn't on initiative. Don't do that. Ignore that. So the other giant ice frog, he's going to take a bite out of you as well. And again, he misses. So he sort of takes a nibble at your leg while you're busy grappling with this other frog, but he just can't get through your armor. You just can't make it through your armor. Neither of them are going to move. They figured out who the bad guy is now, and they know what's going on. So next up is Pandak again.
After watching that, what can only be described as a weak performance by Camney, I just want to
and the frogs. Let's be honest.
And the frogs. I just want to charge forwards and start stabbing, but I go to run, but I get about 2 steps and I'm just exhausted. It's just too much. So instead, I stop and I think about it, and I cast another ray of frost against the frog that I can see.
So this one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, that's more
Okay.
like it.
17. That hits. Can you roll damage?
Yes. When I remember how.
Lash roll.
1d8 plus 5.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so the ray of frost streaks out of your how'd you
Nobody's
cast it?
staff.
Did it come out of your staff with a knob in the end?
It comes. I kind of swing it around. The
Um,
knob gets a little bit glowy and excited, and then it just explodes, fire in the frost.
So the silver
In a
ray-
white, kind of silky but kind of sticky substance.
Okay,
across
this
down
this
towards the frogs.
sticky silver substance shoots out the end of your knob, strikes the giant ice frog. Doesn't seem to take any damage.
It's too cold.
no.
Ice and frost, maybe.
It
By the
was
way,
something-
He's
By the way,
unaffected
what
by your
colour is
goop.
your knob?
it was a risk that we all knew was possible, but it had to be given a go.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Louder and closer.
We're
to
playing
you.
with a demon.
Yeah.
I give up.
Oh, we understood that.
Okay, so next up is Thokul again.
Right, I'm going to raise my hammer. I'm disappointed in my friend's showing here. These are just frogs, so it's time to whack a frog.
Okay, so you're going to take a swing at that one in front of you and Camney.
Oh no, that's
Effective.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that hit. That 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hits it. So roll damage.
I'll roll d6 plus 4. And another 6 damage.
Nice.
Oh, didn't roll the +4, did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it
did.
did. Yes,
Yeah,
it did.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay, 6 damage on the frog. Okay, so you wind up, bring it down again, and you hit in the same spot you hit it before, and you hear a crack as you smack into the side of the frog's leg. It's not happy about that at all. He's looking.
I brought my
unhappy.
sword.
Okay, are you happy to stay where you are?
Yeah, I'm happy to stay where I am.
Okay, next up we have Jeff.
Can you hear, Jim?
We can
I
hear
hear you.
Jeff.
No, so no idea what's going on. Like,
No, we can't.
Right.
No, we can't.
well, what the fuck's going on?
We can now. I think you just
When
need
you-
to
Oh, yeah.
project.
When you speak with vigor, we can
Yeah,
hear
when you shout, we hear you. So can your neighbors.
Yeah, that's why I'm not shouting.
You might
Um,
want to turn down the sensitivity in Discord. That might be it.
Or-
If you're not using push to talk.
Or turn up.
No, you turn the threshold. You turn automatic off.
Oh,
and then
lower
you turn
the
the
threshold.
down. Yeah.
I'm just going to go make a cup of tea. Be right back.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to grab a drink as well then. Hold on.
I'll see you all next week. Are you trying to adjust the settings, John? Or have you adjusted them and now it's still not working? You've adjusted.
You've adjusted
Oh,
them
I
now.
can't
you
hear you at all.
At all, yeah.
So
You're not-
high
you're not
quality
muted.
lip reading skills.
All right, put them back.
How about
there.
now?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, that's not right then.
There we go. Right.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
read as a Donald Trump quote and
Oh, please don't. The last
No,
video got
please.
demonetized.
I get my spell book of poems out to
much clearer.
Oh god, I
It's
forgot
so
about this. Yeah.
What's the claim, right? You could can you kill some of these frogs by declaiming them Vogon poetry?
No, it's vicious
fake
mockery,
news.
isn't it?
Actually,
Yes,
I
yes.
actually have a good book for you, John. I'll go and find it.
He's
Right.
bringing it.
Okay.
He's on his way.
Quick, get it out of the way now before he comes back.
Okay. So, with my amazingly improved voice, can I insult everyone at once?
Ooh. Somewhere in the house, I've got a book of 5,000 dirty limericks.
Yeah, a creature, so you need to pick one.
Alright. Okay. There's been a shit fight going on. So what? The one on the left in the water.
Yeah.
It's just there. That's the one. I'm gonna find. Hell, a string of insults at that motherfucker. I don't know. His dog shagged a porcupine with and got fisted by him too. There you go.
Okay.
I heard like half that insult, and it's
I know.
It's still good. I heard fisted by a noob, so we'll
still
take that.
good.
So
That-
it has to make a
that-
saving
like the
throw. Is it
porcupine.
a wisdom saving throw? Okay.
DC 13.
1d20. Wisdom. Okay. He's unfazed.
Oh, mother.
He sort of gives you. He sort of looks at you. He's not impressed, and he just looks back at Camney.
Fuck you too, Mr. Bro.
He's very fond of his dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Devil.
Gonna shoot an arrow at the same one. Let's pincushion one of the frogs.
This one again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, tits. Okay, I'm gonna pincushion the water.
Yeah. You draw your bow. You loose an arrow. It skims between the frog and Camney, but doesn't hit. Do you want to make a move or do anything as a bonus action?
Nope, there's no point in moving. I have people in between me and the frog. It's good.
Okay. Camney, you're up. Your rage lasts 1 minute, so this is going to be your last.
10 rounds, I
Yeah,
think.
we've been through the party twice now, including the frogs. So yeah,
So
this
is that
is
3 rounds?
No, it's 6. It's so 1 round is.
You're the DM. I'll just,
Yeah, 1 round is.
just say no, shut up. Like, that's fine.
1 round is 6 seconds, so 6 actions is 1 minute. No,
Okay, cool. Okay.
10 actions is 1
Entirely.
minute, which we've done. But
Entirely
I'll give you 1 round of
unimpressed.
rage.
Okay. So,
Because I mean,
Camney
let's be
knows-
honest, you're mad about it. You've
Yeah,
been trying to kill these.
I'm real
frogs.
mad. I've missed twice.
Yeah.
And I'm now entirely unimpressed that several other party members have done some damage before I have.
Yeah.
I am sincerely upset about the situation.
You don't think your clan would be very impressed if they were to see you?
No.
performing
So I
well.
sheathed my great
See
axe.
this hammer? It's bigger than your.
I sheathed my great axe and in unbridled fury, I fucking grapple the frog in front of me with the intention to suplex it.
Okay. So you're gonna make an unarmed strike against it?
Well, I'm gonna grapple it.
Yeah, grapple's an unarmed strike,
Okay.
and if you succeed,
Just seeing if I have any benefits to unarmed. I have unarmed defense, but yeah.
yeah, you're not a monk, so
Okay. So.
so you make a
what
grapple
would it
check
be?
instead of an attack roll. So you do an athletics or a dexterity check.
Okay.
So the opponent chooses. So the frog will choose a strength check.
Okay. So I have to. What do I need to roll?
you just need to roll d20 and add any modifiers you've got for strength.
Is it a strength check?
I'll be contesting it with the frog. So you
Okay.
roll.
Because I have advantage on strength check. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yes,
I'm
it's a strength check.
raging.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll just so I roll for strength and take 24.
Yeah. So you put your axe in the back. You look square at the frog, and you just jump on it, grabbing its front legs, and lifting it up off the floor. So you have successfully grappled the frog. So the frog currently can't move. He can't benefit from any movement speeds. That's it. He can't move, but he can still fight you. So the frog is now incapacitated.
Okay.
Which frog is this?
The one in front.
The
of
one
you.
right in front of me.
Yeah,
Is
that
that
one.
my attack move?
That was
Or
your
is that
action,
my?
yeah.
That's my action.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an
So
action.
I can't just fucking suplex it this round.
You can't. No.
No. Okay. But because I've picked it up, that's fine now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to. I'll be at least able to throw it, right? Like,
Yes.
Even
yeah,
though I've
we'll
left
say
my
you
rage.
can give it a throw. Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Next up, giant ice frogs. So the one in front of you is. Can it try and break?
Thing.
I don't
So
think
what?
Yeah, I don't think it can actually. It can try to escape.
After the
So,
saving throw,
Yeah,
right?
it's going to succeed on a strength check contested by your
By me.
strength. So it's going. It's not happy. It's going to try and escape. So
And I'm still raging for the rest of this one round, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you want me to just make a strength check now?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Nah, you've got him. You've got him tight. I was thinking of putting a crit success in, but I couldn't find a good one. I'll have to find one now. It's just struggling. You just keep him
Nah, mate.
right up against you.
You're getting slammed.
He can tell now you're getting happy about it. You're getting happy about how this fight's
Wrestling
going.
music playing in the background.
Yeah, that's right. I've had some WWE stuff.
Yeah, the Undertaker theme.
Yeah, the next giant ice frog is going to take a bite at you. And no, again he takes another bite at your leg, and you just ignore it. No damage. Okay, next up, Pandak.
Rage that my frost spell didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stay out of this any longer. So I charge forward, wielding my knife as I go, and go for the stab right to the jugular.
Okay. You don't have advantage, do you? So you go to take a stab at the frog, and your blade just glances off its leathery skin. You just can't get any purchase on it. It's quite slimy. It's just come out of the water. It just slides off the skin.
Damn.
You want to take any? You haven't got any bonus actions you can take?
No bonus actions.
Okay. Next up, Thokul.
Okay, Forge Hammer again. Give it a good now. Can I swing at the one that he's got held above his head?
Yeah, well, he's sort of in front of him at the moment, so he's sort of grappling it. He's holding its front legs and he's in front of him.
He's
But
holding it
if you
still.
want to take
I'm
a
gonna
swipe to the side,
hit it on the head.
okay?
Is there friendly fire?
Let's say no. Well, let's roll and see what happens.
Friendly fire.
All right, that should be +1.
That hits.
Okay. So roll d6 +4 / roll d6 +4 and stop putting in the space because that doesn't like it. Hello, you guys there?
Yeah. You didn't roll.
Slash.
/roll d roll.
/roll.
One
It just says
d6.
rolling. Yeah, it did. It says rolling the dice.
One.
Oh,
Ooh.
the dice
there
went
you go.
off.
Oh, there we go.
Done.
You have to go fetch it.
They fell off.
It's a long way from Wales to
So
here.
5. Okay, so as Camney's got it grappled in front of it, you take careful aim and you just go right on top of the frog's head. It looks dazed. it looks dazed, but it's still still twitching.
Okay. I will stay put for now.
Okay. Next up, Jeff.
Well, after Night says like you did last time, I grabbed the dagger and throw it.
Yeah, you need to speak up. We can't make you
Oh,
out.
mother! Okay.
How about typing it into the Roll20 console?
And as
So
soon as he starts
shout.
swearing, I can hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake! Right.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just keep
Right.
swearing.
Okay. Yeah. I think my microphone's powered by swears. Did Andy Gill design it? Fuck's sake. Right. Yeah. After my insults didn't work last time, I grab my dagger, I run towards the frog on the left, and throw it at his face.
Are you throwing it or are you stabbing him?
Well, I'm gonna throw it at his face.
Well, if you move towards him and throw it, it'll be at disadvantage because you'll be too close.
Well, props for me here. That's the problem.
What was that?
Loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, just stand where I am and throw it at that.
Okay. So that's a ranged attack with a knife. Okay, let's have a look at the rules for that.
Is he hitting?
The one in front of Panda, I'm assuming that's the one you can see.
Yeah.
Ranged attack.
I mean, you said you're standing still to do this, right?
Yeah. I guess.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say at disadvantage,
Does your knife have a ranged
Panda
attack
and I
on
are
it?
kind of in the middle.
I don't know.
Well, no, you're at advantage there. Let me have a look at your. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a ranged attack, and you don't.
Oh, how did you spell that? That's magic.
You can just throw it, or throw it at disadvantage if it doesn't have a specific.
Okay, that's the case then.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a
Scrap
proficient,
that.
you might be able to use a ranged attack on it, but no, that you're not. You don't
I'm not
do.
able to do that. Alright.
I mean, you could use it as like an improvised weapon, which would do a lot less damage.
That's the case, I'll walk. Just stab it.
You're gonna walk up and stab it. Okay.
Yeah.
Come join me, brother. Together we shall stab this frog to fuck.
So,
Right,
are
Saturday night.
you stepping there then?
Yeah.
Are you taking a strike at that frog? Okay. Roll your attack.
So. Yeah. I don't
No.
miss it.
It missed. So you run forward. It's all getting a bit complicated over in that corner, and you just can't get a good angle on it. You take a stab at it, and you just go into thin air.
Well.
Next up, Devil.
I'm going to end up hitting one of them, aren't I?
I was just gonna say, please don't shoot arrows into my back.
Right. If I'm gonna move temporarily, just to show you where I'm gonna run. I'd just like to have an idea of how long that will take me. So I'm just clicking on that, and if I go here and then here and then here, how long would that take me?
So you were here.
Yep. And I'm gonna go all the way round the long way round.
3, 4, 5. So you can make it here if you just take your move action.
Yep, I'm gonna peg it over there, and next round I'll carry on round and try and take them up from behind.
Does he
Okay.
see anything on his way around the rock?
Yeah, I'm just going to reveal some stuff here that you're going to be able to see.
Oh no!
I've suddenly realised the stupidity of making this.
Oh
move,
no!
but
You can see what
I just got
what
kicked
looks
out.
like maybe a camp.
Hold on a
I
second.
think you want to take them from behind before you investigate their sleeping quarters.
Yeah, you've
Do
dropped
what?
out of roll 20 for some reason.
Yeah, I got kicked out.
Okay.
I think I might accidentally have done. I've done a go back.
Yeah. Well,
I've got mouth pistons on.
you haven't
It
got
says you're
line of
back in.
sight on any of the frogs, so you're not going to be able to make an attack. So
Yeah. So I'm
We'll-
not going to make a attack this turn. I'm just moving to get into a better position.
okay, back to Camney. So your rage is now finished, but you've now got an armful of frog, an armful of dazed frog.
Yeah, but
While
also
you've got another frog chewing at your leg.
several allies in the vicinity of my wrestling feats. So
Yes. So you've got an audience. That's right. You've got an audience.
well, but right behind me, where I was planning to suplex the shit out of this frog, there is now a friendly bard
you've now
who
got
probably
Tiefling
doesn't
Bard. Yeah.
probably doesn't want a whole load of frog in the head. So
What a minute,
Well,
sir.
don't do the full 180. Just sort of
well, my
swivel
intention
and judo
is-
throw him.
I'm genuinely now going to tombstone him into the ground in front. I'm just going to thump him into the concrete, into the floor.
Okay. Make a melee attack, and I'll give you advantage. You shouldn't get advantage, but you honestly, he's dazed, and you've got him grappled. So
Yeah,
make
I
a
had him
melee attack.
grappled.
Yeah, with advantage.
Thokol's hit him with a hammer. Yeah. Okay. So what do you want? An athletics check, maybe?
No, just a melee attack.
What's actually going to be my
an unarmed attack?
just regular strength attack? Just a strength roll?
So let's have a look. Melee attack.
For some reason, I don't have unarmed in my list of.
No.
No, neither do I actually. Let me have a quick.
I did have. I think I had it before, but it's gone now.
It's not actually in the rule book. It's probably in there somewhere, but it's not with the combat.
Yeah, I think for the unarmed strike, you have I think it's a fixed 1d4 or 4 damage, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, roll a 1d20. We'll do it off strength, and then you'll do 1d4
Okay.
damage. So
I
roll-
get my proficiency bonus for my strength.
yes, yeah, you do. Yeah,
Okay, so
and you get advantage as well. I'll give you advantage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a roll. 1d. I wanted to get it with the advantage.
Just do it twice.
Roll 2d20. Plus my strength modifier, plus my proficiency, because it's
Well, don't do any adds because that'll add it onto the total. So if you're going to do that, just roll 1d20 with the additional stuff twice. If you do plus, it'll roll 2d20 and then add those pluses onto the total of both.
Yeah, that's what we want, right?
No, because you do an advantage, we need to pick one of the dice.
Right. Okay. So
the bonus goes
just
on
roll
both of them.
2d20. So
Yeah,
just roll
roll.
2d20.
Yeah.
That's not what we wanted, but that's fine because that's two. There's 2 dice there, an 8 and a 15.
Okay, for some reason I can't click on my... what the hell's going on? There we go. So, right, so you rolled a 15, you hit. So you've got this... Explain to me what you're doing with this frog.
Literally, grappling the frog. So I've got him by either side of his sort of scruff, top of his head, maybe by the eye stalks. I don't know, but like, good grip on him, and I jump.
Yeah.
And as I come down, I just bend knees and slam him head first into the floor.
Okay.
Like, face first, just thump him right into the ground.
That'll do it. Frog's dead.
Cool.
As you slam him down into the ground, stand up in your victory pose, the frog just doesn't move at all. It's starting to leak all sorts of nasty stuff back into the ice cavern pool. So next up is the giant ice frog that's chewing on your leg. He's seen his compatriot get murdered in front of him, but that hasn't deterred him. He's going to take another bite at... Is he going to take a bite? Yeah, he's going to take a bite at you. You're clearly the most dangerous thing here.
Yeah, with 2 missed strikes and 1 successful tombstone.
He just can't get through your armor. He takes another grab at your leg, and you just ignore him. It's not doing anything. Is he going to take a move action? No, he's not. He's going to stay where he is.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Panda.
So dagger still in hand. This time I see him looking at me, ready for the attack. So I aim for his right eye, aiming to blind him.
Yep.
Ooh,
that hits.
nice shot.
Blind him eye,
So
hopefully.
you drive your dagger straight into his eye. I mean, at this point, he's got his mouth wrapped around Camney's leg, and you just drive your dagger straight in. So roll me your damage.
Yep.
4 damage. Okay. It's definitely hurting now.
I'm blind in one eye, hopefully.
And looks like he's probably blind in one eye now. Yeah. Yeah. Next up is Thokul.
Right. Since it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to hit him with my hammer, I shall sidestep because my dear friend has a tendency to throw frogs. And I shall go with the cantrip Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Which...
Dex save is it?
13.
Okay.
It hits. So tell me what it is you did.
Basically, I hit him with a... Basically, I put him in a sun lamp. So a microwave frog.
Okay.
And he's hit for 6 radiant damage.
Was that one of your spell slot spells?
No, that is a cantrip.
Cantrip. Excellent. So 1d6. Can you roll that damage for me?
No, it's an automatic 6 radiant.
Automatic 6 radiant. Okay.
Yeah, if he doesn't save. Nothing if he saves.
Okay. You see this beam of energy light up the cave now, striking the frog as he's chewing on your barbarian friend.
Appreciate the assist.
Okay. Actually, that didn't properly. There we go. Right. Next up is Jeff.
Come on, Jeff. Bring out the tongue.
So the frog's in front of you. He's bleeding out of one of his eyes. He's currently been given a holiday in Marbella.
Of all the places.
Yeah. All the frogs go to Magaluf.
Well, after failing with my dagger at my first insult, for a cautious little way, and go, okay, I'll insult this bastard one more time. This slimy, pestilent, cycloptic whim.
Okay.
Please tell me it's only got 1 hit point left.
So what was that? Wisdom.
Oh, please, yeah.
It just resists the foul words spewing from your mouth.
What an absolute relief.
You think maybe you would have landed that, but on the scale of everything else that's recently happened to it, it's not quite enough to get his attention. You might have wanted to throw a few more Miss Piggies in there or something.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna walk back to this bucket and I'm gonna boot the bucket and then just go out.
As you step back, the frog will get an attack of opportunity against you. So he will take a bite.
I was waiting for like, as you kick the bucket, a Leviathan appears from the water.
And he snaps at you as you go to step back and grapples onto your hand. And he deals... And he deals 3 damage to you as he chews onto your hand.
What a fucking piece of shit. That's my fucking loot hand. How am I going to pluck my loot without that?
First damage of the campaign.
Oh.
Your loot.
So can you knock...
but...
So can you knock 3 hit points off your character sheet? Okay, so next up is Davil.
So, where can I go if I want to get a shot off this turn?
What's your range? Is it 60, isn't it?
Speed.
Well, your speed's 30 feet, isn't it? So 6 squares.
So if I go there, can I get a shot off at the remaining one?
Yep.
Right. Do I get sneak on this?
It's currently engaged with one of your allies, so yes.
Yay! Right. Let's hope I hit.
Way to state your profession.
Yeah, that hits.
This is meta, dude. You're not meant to know this. So 1d6 plus 4 plus 1d6.
Okay. You take aim at the frog, and as you're taking aim, it jumps forward and grabs onto Jeff's hand, takes a good chew out of it, which means it's lifted up out of the water a bit. You release your shot, and it drives straight into the side of the frog. It looks like it hit a vital organ. The frog just drops to the floor dead.
Yeah.
Right. Having noticed my friend appear from the shadows, as he has, over my shoulder, now that the bodies are cold, or ever were so, I raise an eyebrow to him.
Somebody has to save you lot.
Yeah, I'm sure that there'll be commission for that.
I'm going to go and reclaim any arrows I possibly can.
Okay. You've made 2 shots, haven't you? So you can reclaim one of them.
3.
3 shots. You can reclaim 1 shot.
Cool. I haven't actually been keeping a track of the arrows, but yeah, I'll start doing that now.
Well, I didn't mention equipment on the dwarves and the elves, but they do have arrows. So let's say you've managed to keep a full stock of arrows from the bodies.
Okay,
of the,
cool.
For the sake of completeness, I'm going to cut open a frog and see whether they may have swallowed anything valuable.
Okay, so you take your knife to the frog that was tombstoned in front of Camney, who's still strutting around, making sure everyone. Did you see that? You saw that. You take your knife and you drive it into the side of the frog, and you start cutting into it to try and get into its digestive tract. You pull out its stomach. All you can see is a couple of what look like dead bats.
Okay, fair enough. It was worth a shot.
You can say the legs. There's good eating on them.
Yeah, Camney, even as having lived in the mountains, having been exposed to all sorts of grotesque and gruesome things, still thinks that cutting open a frog was gross as fuck.
What was never going to be the grim nature that we all just had to witness there.
Yeah, you've all seen that now. You're all going to have to deal with that.
Right, over there's a camp. I saw it on the way round.
I'm getting quite tired, so it might be quite good.
Yeah, let me have a quick look first, okay?
I'll go! And I run again and just fucking sprint into the camp.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, you want to show me where you're on?
Corner.
You want to show me where you're on to?
We're out of combat now, right? So,
yeah.
So no move restrictions. Yeah, I genuinely run into the fucking camp, like head first.
Okay, I'm gonna try and follow him, but I'm gonna be a wee bit behind.
I'm gonna basically come up just around the corner, see what I can see. But
okay.
You're gonna be the deaf and
still exhausted. I can only move.
Right, so 10 empty bedrolls are arranged in a circle around a cold fire pit at the centre of this cabin. Chicken bones, empty wine and spirit bottles, and other food waste litter the floor.
So this
is terrifying. We've only seen 3.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot of beds.
Might as well go to the fire, because if it's empty, I shall walk over to the dead fire.
Hang on.
I'm going to go up to here and take a look around the corner, if I may.
Camney has a very depressed look on his face, entirely unimpressed about not finding more things to fight.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake, he's kicked me out again.
You've all moved up. I'll reveal a little bit more because Thokol has just moved a little bit further around the corner, so you can see there's now some exits to this other cabin.
I'm going to slowly saunter over and have a sit down in one of the beds, hoping that my exhaustion lift. Or I believe it's been enough times.
No,
I mean,
we could take a short rest. You could take a short rest if you want to. Short rest won't cure exhaustion. You need to take a long rest for that.
I'm going to just stand guard then, looking north.
Okay.
I'll join that watch as well.
Okay.
I mean, if we
It's
want to take a
not-
long, we
it's
can take a
not
long
the
rest.
time
In that case,
to take
I'll
a
watch
rest
the right
yet.
side, you watch the left.
A long rest is going to be 8 hours.
It's not the time to take a rest yet. We need to make sure it's safe.
Say, well, what exactly is say?
Hang on, John. Say again. Speak loud.
I'm going to go to these empty bottles and see if there's any dregs and booze in them, and swing
My
the
dude.
around a little bit.
Right, can you, so you're going through
Lush.
what exactly are you searching?
I'm searching all the empty spirit bottles, wine bottles.
He's a wino.
See if there's any booze.
Okay, all of the bottles around the outside you look at are empty. They're empty and discarded. There's little bits of dregs in a couple of them, if you want to look at those, but they're all used and empty.
Is there anything that looks like a bag or any form of storage, or do the bedrolls seem to have anything in them?
Can you? So you're searching the bedrolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're searching the bedrolls, and you search each one of them. They all seem to be empty. You get to this one. Ugh. You get to this one, and as you pull it back to have a look under it, you notice that there's a pit hidden underneath this particular bedroll. It looks like it was set up as a trap.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, like if someone laid in it, they'd fall in the pit.
If someone had stood in it, they would have definitely fallen straight through into the pit. You then carefully go through the other bedrolls, and you do find one bottle of Bold Dwarf whiskey in this bedroll here.
Hand it to the bard.
Oh no, drunken bard thing is the last thing we want.
I mean, I was fully expecting Jeff to start drinking those dregs. I was just waiting for.
I hate to see him go through that. So yeah, if this is decent stuff, he can have my share.
Okay, you hand in the bottle of Bold Dwarf whiskey off to Jeff. So Jeff, you've spent a lot of your time in taverns and other entertainment venues. You've seen Bold Dwarf whiskey before, and you know that it's actually quite a nice find. It's not your rot gut whiskey. It's good stuff. You've only ever seen this in fairly high end drinking establishments in your travels.
So I opened the bottle, I took a sniff, and have a good swig.
Okay, it's good stuff. It tastes good.
That's some good stuff. Does anyone else want some?
No, thank you. You're fine.
Not yet. Not until we're certain it's safe.
Yeah.
It's a celebratory drink later on.
I'm with our friend. We're headed towards safe.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I'll
put the
drink
cork
it.
back in. Oh, there we go. Good man.
Right. So I'm going to head towards the entrances up to the up top.
Okay, so you can see two exits to the north of this cabin.
Yeah, I want to have a peek down the left side, so I'm going to nip in front of our barbarian friend.
Okay.
So he can't bloody run in front of me.
As he goes to the left, I sprint down the right-hand tunnel.
Fine. He can do that. He can get himself killed. I'm going to go down the left.
So you can see down the left. You see
Follow our stealthy friend.
You see that the passageway is quite narrow, and it goes on. You can't see anything of any note from where you are.
Okay, I'm going to creepy camp down it, though, of course, because I'm using a lantern, it's going to be bloody obvious. So I'm going to go down to about here. Get a look around the corner.
You can see some bat guano on the floor of the cave.
Oh, yeah. Do I realise? Yeah, I realise I'm back where I was going.
So Camney has moved forward a bit. So Camney can now see that there is what looks like a water.
Water down here?
Just ahead.
I like Camney's reckless style, so I just follow him, just little to large.
I'm not joking. I was considering putting Leroy Jenkins into the soundboard for this, but I thought, nah, no one's going to be that reckless.
So I'm going to come back and just go. That just goes to where the bat shit is.
Acknowledging my buddy cop compatriot dwarf, I grab his hand, like holding his hand, and begin running towards the water.
I'm trying to move this bloody piece, and it's moving the thing with me.
If you want to be buddy cop, you're coming.
Where
to
are
buddy
you
cop.
going? Where are you going?
No. This is Roll20 being stupid.
Do you want me to move you back to your compatriots? There you go.
That's it. Sorry, Roll20 for some reason was moving the map at the same time I was moving me.
Okay, I'm going to
Weird.
move up to there.
I cannot believe you dragged me towards this water. With the issues I've had with water before, I'm just glad you didn't throw me in.
So you can see what looks like a deep pool in front of you.
I saunter across and ask my barbarian friend, Whiskey.
Hold on. I'm going to change
after what?
browsers.
I was passing you the bottle of whiskey that you ran away from.
Oh yeah.
So water dripping down from
That's good for me.
stalactites in the ceiling fills a dark pool that completely covers the floor of this cavern.
There is no chance I'm going anywhere near this water.
Does it look as cold as the last lot? Or feel
Yeah.
as cold if I dip my finger in it?
Yes.
Can we toss the dwarf?
I will die of exhaustion if I fall in that water.
With my infravision, can I see any further across?
No, that's as far as you can see clearly. You can see
Okay.
in dim light. Let me reveal some what you can see in dim light.
Can I cast dancing lights and light?
Yeah, you can cast dancing lights if you want across the cavern.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so it lights up the cavern. It looks like this is a natural fissure in the rock that is just completely filled from wall to wall. It's
With
very
no-
very similar to the pool that you were in when you entered the cavern, but it looks like it's at least at least 20 feet longer than the entrance cavern.
That conveniently rolls out taking the big plank from the other pool, putting it across this one.
Kinda does, doesn't it?
Does our northern friend fancy a swim, given he's the only person in the party who can resist the cold?
We will protect you from the frogs that are inevitably in this pond.
Well, does
I
one
fucking
of you
dive
want to make an
headlong in.
investigation check to see if you can see anything in the pond?
Leroy, what you say?
I'd fucking dive right in the water and start swimming for the other side.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Show me where you enter the water.
Here.
Okay. Well, to nobody's surprise, as you enter the water, something raises up from the middle of the pool.
Oh!
Frog!
Mother of all frogs.
I
Yeah.
found another one.
Yeah, it's a frog, but it's significantly bigger than the ones
But
that you've been
there's
dealing
only one.
with before. There
Fine.
is only one.
It's just the one frog.
Can I grab him by the shoulder before he goes any further?
If you want to.
Yeah. Just before you go swimming, why don't you just stay here on the bank and let it come to us, if that is a possibility?
Right, can you
Fine.
can you roll initiative?
I look
for me, please?
extremely upset about having to stand on the shore. You want initiative? Cool.
Yes, please.
That's it's high quality.
Okay.
My
I'm
initiative
not.
sucks.
I'm not going to give him surprise because normally this would be you trigger him and he attacks you and it's a surprise. But the way you've been acting, every time you go into one of these pools, there's a frog in there and it attacks.
Fully
So,
expecting the frog.
You're prepared for what's happening next. So it's actually Jeff that gets to act first.
My frog sense is tingling.
Well, I remember that frogs have an aversion to the bagpipes, so I'll pull out my bagpipes and start fucking playing them like a motherfucker.
So
Pretty
are
much
you
everybody
using
has
your
an
bardic
aversion to
inspiration?
bagpipe.
Bardic inspiration would give me some little bagpipes and all.
So who are you using your bardic inspiration against or to support?
Nice touch.
Well,
I want to see a sword dance.
wasn't expecting that. Okay, so Why is it? Where is it?
I can't hear you over the
So you-
bagpipes.
Is it that? Let me. There we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright,
So you inspire others through stirring words and music. To do so, you use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than you within 60 feet of you who can hear you. The creature gains one bardic inspiration die, a d6. Once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. The creature can wait until it rolls a d20 before deciding to use it. But you must decide before the DM tells you that it has succeeded or failed. You must tell me before you realise that if you want to use it.
You have to pick someone to get the inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked my barbarian friend because he's loving twatting these frogs. And
Okay, so Camney, you hear the joyous music come from behind you, and it fills you with vigour and
I'm fucking
and
inspired.
inspiration. That's actually a bonus action, Jeff. So you still have movement and action if you want to do something else.
okay, and then I fire a massive insult at this giant bastard frog.
Okay.
Let's see.
This music is tense.
I know it's.
Loving it.
I shout "your mum" at the frog, and then I realise that it's actually.
Oh,
I then realise, hang about, you're the fucking frog's mum. What's the point in that?
This is the mum.
This is a wisdom save, isn't it? Okay.
Been insulting the absolute fuck out of you for the
Yeah.
last hour.
So the giant frog, the massive giant frog in the middle of the pool, does not seem perturbed at all by the yell of your mum. Just you get the impression this frog might have been around the block a few times. It's got some years on it. It's probably heard that one before, so you might need to improve your insults if you want to get through to this guy. You've still got a move action if you want to take it.
No.
Okay, next up, Panda.
Jeff, you remember that whiskey that you picked up earlier?
Yep.
How willing are you to lob it into the lake?
ooh,
Uh,
ooh, ooh. God.
At,
Looks very upset at this suggestion.
at the same time, I will cast a spell that shoots fire onto the creature and any flammable object around, which your whiskey bottle will make quite the bang. How do you fancy wasting it / using it to save our lives, and I'll buy your whiskey back at a tavern?
well, as long as I get a whistle back, okay, let's go for it.
As long as you get the whiskey back.
No, he's gonna buy me another one.
Fuck it off.
Just a whiskey drink, not an entire fancy bottle of Merlin's whiskey, Goblin whiskey.
Well,
Well,
it wasn't
you're
gonna trade it.
Merlin's whiskey, it was Dwarven whiskey, but
Trade in good whiskey for a slightly worse bottle of whiskey.
I'm not even saying a bottle, but yes, that is the idea.
For a whiskey, like what?
Well,
What?
Yeah.
Jeff's already taken his turn, so you're asking him to take an action. So he'll have to wait until his turn comes around next to do that. So you can have this quick exchange, and if Jeff wants to on his next turn use his bonus action to hurl the bottle towards the frog or wherever the frog ends up.
yeah, it's
You
got
are
a bit
right.
blood. That's got
You
a lot
are
of
right
blood
next to him.
and everyone just spoke at once. But that's weird.
You are right next to him. You could snatch the bottle off of him.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure I passed it to the barbarians, so I can have a good chug.
It's a good point. Yeah, just stood in the water.
Yeah, so you actually still got the bottle in your hand as you charge into the next chamber. That makes thematic sense. Yeah.
This is chaos. I'm gonna hold my action until the frog comes towards the shore.
Okay, what action do you want to hold?
I'm gonna hold a spell of Burning Hands.
Okay, and you want to cast that when it gets closer, when it gets within like 30 feet, 20 feet, or when it engages somebody?
When it gets within 15 feet of me. I want to cast Burning Hands at it.
Is that the range of Burning Hands? I thought Burning Hands was touch.
Nope, it's a 15-foot cone.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, so in which do you want to make a move action, because 15 feet is 3 squares, so you would need to occupy a square. 1, 2. So, okay, yeah, okay, no, yeah, I'll give you that. So if
I'm gonna
lands
move
here, then you should be able to send it off.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move forward a square so that I've got.
Okay, you need to use the pointer icon to move. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going to take a move. You're going to hold an action. You're going to hold Burning Hands until it comes within range.
Correct.
Okay. Next up, Thokul.
Right. I know that I'm not getting in that water, so the hammer's out of question. So we shall try the radiated frog with a bit of sacred flame.
Okay.
Die, O horrible frog.
Dexterity. No, it does not save.
In that case, it takes 7 radiant damage.
So you light it up in sacred light.
Yep. Which does it horrible burns.
7 damage.
Basically like a week in Spain without any sunblock.
Okay. The flames engulf the giant frog. It takes some damage, but it doesn't seem particularly perturbed by the strike.
This doesn't surprise me.
He's a big
boy. I warn our barbarian friend that this thing's big enough to swallow him whole. Hint,
Okay.
hint.
I've had worse days, you know.
And I attempt to make myself as close to the wall as possible, not giving myself an open target to the frog.
Okay.
And that'll be me.
Okay.
Yep.
Next up, Dabble.
I'm going to take some steps closer until I can get a good shot, and then I'm going to attempt to shoot it in the face.
Let me just do a quick measure. So it's 25 feet away. That's within range, isn't it? Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not aiming for the face. I'm just going to shoot it.
He's going to shoot at it. Yeah.
No
Nice
surprise, obviously.
No surprise because it's not engaged with anyone yet.
You know, one of these days I'll learn how to spell roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
draw your bow back, shoot your arrow, and it strikes into the giant frog.
Somebody has to save the party.
You can now see your arrow sticking out of its like front shoulder.
Guys, I'm cutting open this frog when we're done.
Okay, next up, Camney.
I would like to hold my turn. Can I hold my turn till after the frog?
You can hold an action, yeah. So you can hold a melee, like a melee strike if you want with you.
Yeah, it will end up being a melee strike.
Yeah.
Come on, you froggy.
I'd like to, yeah. I'd like to bait him.
You like
Come
to
on
bait-
then, like on the, from the shore. Yeah, I intend for a melee attack. Yeah.
Okay, and you're not going to make any move action or any bonus action?
No, I think I'm fairly well placed to.
Okay.
Have you got the whiskey?
Yep. I'm gonna smash it.
Okay.
It's getting bottled.
Okay. Next
The
up.
bagpipes, the whiskey, and it's getting a bottling.
Next up is the frog.
Friday night in
See
Glasgow.
you, froggy.
He's going to swim towards you. And he is going to attempt to swallow you.
Who?
So
Which?
he's going to bite.
Which whom?
Camney.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
8-foot giant.
19 to hit. That hits.
19 to hit.
Yeah.
I should point. How big is its mouth?
Massive. It's at least the size of Pandak.
Oh, its mouth is at least the size.
Yes.
But is its mouth the size of an 8-foot Goliath?
You're medium, aren't you? You're medium size.
I am. Yes.
Medium large.
It won't be able to swallow you whole, but it can get you.
You can give a good try.
Yeah.
Give it a
So
good try.
he hits you,
Okay.
and does 7 damage.
So I have Stone's Endurance, with which you can focus yourself to occasionally shrug it off injury. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d12, add your Constitution modifier to the number rolled, and reduce the damage by that total.
Okay.
And then can't use it again until after a short or long rest.
Okay. So do you want to do that?
Cool. So roll a 1d12, and then my Constitution modifier is 3. So plus 3. So that reduces the damage by 10.
Okay, so you take no damage. So the frog
so
swims towards you.
How much damage is that then I take?
0.
None?
No,
Oh,
no
0.
damage. Yeah.
Nice.
He swims towards you, raises up out of the water, opens his mouth, and takes a small jump, and takes Camney head and shoulders into his mouth, lifts him up in the air, just sort of like that, 2 sort of bites, and swallows Camney whole.
Ew.
So
Not by a frog, dude.
Camney's now
But
within
took
the frog.
So he swallowed me, I just didn't take any damage.
You swallowed you just didn't take any damage. No. You're,
Do I not get a saving throw against the swallow? Or
No, you get if you get hit, you get swallowed.
Oh god.
He can't swallow anyone else now. He's full.
You're welcome.
So
How many rounds does he have before he suffocates?
You're welcome.
he's not going to suffocate.
Okay.
No,
And
there's
also
no
haven't-
rules for that.
Yeah.
So you don't take any damage. He's quite gummy. He looks like a bit of an old beast. So he didn't manage to actually chew you as he swallowed you. He just sort of opened his gullet and you
Inside
went
his
in.
gullet, like
Yeah.
squashed up. Cool.
Pandak, you can see one of Camney's feet just sticking out of the side of this creature's mouth. That's all you can see. And that is the end of his turn. So for the rules, the swallow target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the toad, and it takes 3d6 acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns.
Ouch.
So I'm presuming that my held move is now out of the... Because I'm restrained?
Yes.
Because I had that held melee attack, so I guess it's out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up is Jeff.
But didn't...
Actually, no. I'll say you managed to get a... You managed to get...
have a held attack as well?
He did, actually. So I'll let you have your attack before he managed to swallow you. So if you want to roll me a melee attack to do some damage to him before he managed to get you inside him, I'll let you have that.
As he's kind of coming up to swallow me, and I'm trying to struggle with him, I smash the bottle of whiskey on the top of his fucking head.
Okay.
So I'll just roll a melee.
Yeah. Just roll strength. We'll call it improvised weapon, so just roll an attack with any modifiers.
It's not going to have
And
proficiency.
then 1d4. No, not for a whiskey bottle. No. You're not proficient with whiskey.
I mean...
I think the only person in your party that's proficient with whiskey is Jeff.
So 12.
He doesn't seem to do any damage to it. It breaks over it, and the whiskey spills over the frog, but it doesn't do any damage. And yes, Pandak, you have a held action. It's now within range if you want to do your Burning Hands.
Flame on!
Seeing that the frog is covered in whiskey, which is a flammable object, I decide to throw Burning Hands, a stream of fire, straight at the exposed liquid.
Okay, so each creature in a 15-foot cone which make a dexterity saving throw. Okay.
15 foot of the impact, right?
So that was the damage. So I need to make a saving throw.
Yeah, 15 foot of me.
1d20 dexterity. No, it doesn't manage to get out of the way, so it hits. So how much damage does it take?
3d6 fire
damage.
on a failed save.
Yeah.
And it ignites any flammable objects.
Okay. So do you want to roll the damage?
How does the ignition of the flammable objects affect?
I'm going to look that up.
Oh yeah, good damage.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, that was a big hit. 14 damage.
Nice.
Actually, I almost took that off Camney.
Straight
Right
into
icon.
straight onto the whiskey is where the hit goes.
Roasted frog for dinner.
Good
Melt
thing it
some of
makes
the
it
ice
easier
off
to
his
get over.
back.
I don't actually know what happens when something sets on fire, so I might just wing it and figure
Roll.
it out later. So yeah, the burning hands hits it. He clearly sets on fire from the whiskey that's on top of him, and he seems to take a big chunk of damage off him. He's sizzling and thrashing around now.
I don't want to tell the GM, but I think burning is 1d6 per level per multiple rounds.
That's what I was going to go for. I was going to go for 1d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. If someone's got the rules to hand, then feel free to call them out. Okay, next up is Jeff.
I see it's a burning frog of twattishness.
That's covered in your whiskey.
That's covered in my precious booze, and I'm in pissed off about it. So I use a thought surge to increase the strength of that fire to not burn it down.
Ooh.
Can I do that?
Let's have a look. You manifest a minor wonder. Your voice booms, you cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change colour for 1 minute. So you're using it to brighten the flames currently on top of the frog.
Yeah, I mean, right.
Okay.
I guess.
As you're doing this directly after it's been set on fire, I will let this happen. So do you want to roll me a 1d6 damage to give it some, to increase to make it take a round of fire damage?
Let's roll the dice.
Okay. So as you channel the magic towards the frog, you see the flames that Panda just ignited on top of it briefly flare up, and you can actually now smell the burning flesh coming off the frog. You can also see a tiny bit of smoke coming off the heel of Camney's boot, which is still sticking out of the corner of the frog's mouth.
Please don't burn my face!
Okay, is that your turn? I think you can move anyway by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, next up then is Pandak.
Just wait. I'm trying to read at the same time. How many times can I use spells?
So you have some slots. So let's have a look at your spell sheet. So can you, where it says slots remaining, can you knock that down to 1 because you've used one of the 2 level 1 spell slots? So you have 1 left. So if you go to spells, you'll see it says total slots remaining against level 1. So if you knock that slots remaining down to 1, so you now have 1 level 1 spell slot left. So you can cast any of your prepared spells, which are the red ones, 1 more time. And then you can cast your cantrips however many times you want.
Okay, right. So I think in a view to save our Goliath friend from the frog, we need to get this done as quickly as possible. So I'm going to do another Burning Hand spell against the frog.
Okay. It's a dex save throw, is it?
Oh, sorry. Apologies. Didn't mean to click that.
Okay, just for Camney's sake.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
The burning hands streak out from your palms and hit the giant frog square in its face. So roll damage.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Now this is why your spells are powerful. Okay, how do you want to do this?
What do you mean?
You've channeled so much fire into this frog, it's clearly going to meet its demise. So, how exactly do you want this frog to exit this mortal plane?
Explode! Explode!
So it turns out, as the frog is burning to death, it spits Camney out, but it ate some explosive algae earlier. So as the flames
I'm
race
sorry,
down,
you seem to be treading into GM territory there. Can we wind that back a little bit, please?
bang, it goes bang.
So the flames streak out of your palms and strike the frog square in its face, removing the top of the frog's head and peeling the skin and flesh away from the top of its spine. And that is the end of old Croaker.
Okay,
And we are
I
now...
rush forward and grab our friend's ankles and pull him out.
So now that he's dead, Camney can spend 5 feet of movement to crawl out of the corpse of this giant frog.
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna chill here in the acid. Yeah, no, I get out.
Okay.
Have a little wash in the water.
Okay, it's still freezing cold water, but you're a big hardy Goliath. You can just shake it off. So yeah, you wash off the frog viscera and bits of acid that's starting to poke the skin of your hands. What white hair you had is now starting to wither and disappear. Yeah.
So
you've got the full COVID cut now, courtesy of the inside of a frog.
Are you actually injured?
Not as because
he's not actually. No.
No. Okay, fair enough. He's just slimy. All right.
Yeah. So I charge out of the water right right towards Pandak and like scoop him up into like a big bear hug and start like kind of cheering at him aggressively.
While we're in the embrace of man embrace, I ask, as you were in the frog, did you see anything? Was there anything glittering? Was there anything worth having one of our fellow companions using his knife skills?
I don't know. DM, did I see anything particularly exciting while I was in the belly of the beast?
Oddly enough, there were no light sources within the frog.
Really?
Yeah, it was very very dark inside the frog. You can't say that you saw anything.
Did I you know like?
Well, since you don't seem to be harmed, how about you go in and drag its corpse over the ground, and we'll have at it.
Well,
yeah,
you'll have at it.
I fancy a frog autopsy here.
I'll drag the frog out of the water onto the shore.
You put him out onto the shore.
And
that smells still there. It smells a bit like bourbon marinated ribs. And if you've ever been to TGI Fridays, it's like that.
Other family restaurants are available.
Now is
yes.
that I think whilst
not sponsored.
whilst he's dissecting the frog, I think Panda could do with some rest.
Well, there were some bedrolls back there.
Yeah. So if we light the fire and just make sure that we avoid it, that the trap.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna need a long rest for his spells, right?
He can, because he's a wizard. He can use his. Where's the spread? Where's the? Got so many screens open. He can use his arcane recovery on a short rest to recover 1 spell slot.
Any of our guys heal?
I can heal. I have one cure spell ready, but I will need a long rest to get my spells back after that.
Yeah, so it's not worth it because only Jeff has been injured so far.
Well, I could heal Jeff, but then I'm out of spells. I only have cantrips.
But if you wanted to take a short rest, then yes, Panda could recover one of his spell slots.
I think a short rest and give Pandak a chance to. How long is a short rest?
An hour.
Yeah. So there's no point in lighting a fire even then.
No, agreed. I go back and grab a bed.
John, your microphone sounds like there's pigeons in your room.
It does actually,
Well,
yeah.
you can actually hear things. Then.
Yeah, like a little conversation.
You got proper northern, haven't you? You got reet northern.
Yeah,
You
it
got
does. It
pigeons
does sound
in
like you've
room.
got some pigeons down your top.
Are we all taking a short rest?
Yeah, we might as well all take a
Yeah,
short
I mean,
rest.
you all kind of do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I don't get anything back from short rests, do I?
No.
Didn't think so.
Other than the
So-
fact that you have a breather.
Yeah.
So I don't recover any of my rage, but my stone's endurance, I can recover the one use of that on a short rest.
Okay. Yep. So you get one.
Actually, whilst they're resting, it's not going to do anything good for me. I think I'm going to have a quick shifty on the other side of that lake.
Was
okay.
there anything in the frog, by the way?
So do you want to spend your hour
Carefully
going through
and
the inside of the
dissecting
frog?
attempting not to get any stomach acid all over me. Yeah.
Okay, so you spend the hour that the rest of your compatriots are using to rest and recuperate, cutting into this frog, removing its viscera. All you find is about 20 dead bats in this frog's stomach.
Fair enough.
Whilst he's doing that, I'm going to take a shifty on the other side of the lake. How deep is it?
It's as deep as the others. It's as deep. Kamini let you know that he couldn't touch the bottom when he went across the lake at the entrance, and this looks as deep.
Okay, so I'm going to
8 feet
leave.
tall, so.
I'm going to leave equipment behind and then swim over across, just taking my hand lantern with me.
Okay.
I'm just going to take my short rest and I'll be back in a
Stealthing?
minute.
Okay.
Are you in stealth?
I'm going to try and stealth it, but of course I've got a hand lantern, so it's not going to be that stealthy.
1 second.
So I'll have a dagger on me, but I'll leave the rapier and the short bow along because, of course, I want to swim quietly.
Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Arse. I should have thought this out first.
Or am I still sitting in the water there? Just
I'm assuming you're making your way back to the camp with everyone else. Yeah.
yeah, I'll go. Yeah,
Oh.
we went back to.
Okay. As you swim out to the other side to see what's going on, you realise how cold this is. You've never been in water quite this cold, so you take 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So you now have disadvantage on saving throws.
Okay.
As you get to,
I didn't think that one out.
can you give me a stealth roll as well, please?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a second. Just resizing my character sheet.
Nice.
Okay, so you make your way quietly to the other side of the lake, and considering how cold you are, you manage to do it very quietly. You can see there is an exit to this pool on the other side. It is definitely longer than the cabin that you entered in.
Yeah.
And you can see a faint light coming from just around the corner of the next turn in the cavern, and you can hear some faint, what sounds like rhythmic speech or chanting or something like that. You can't make out the words if they are words, but there's some. The sound that you hear just sound like it is made by an intelligent source.
Okay, I'm going to sneak around to this very corner here, and I'm going to just stand there and listen, see whether I can work anything out.
What languages do you speak?
Common Elvish, not Elvis. That's something different. Or her. And Thieves' Cant.
Okay, you can make out some words barely. You don't recognise the language. Can you give me a religion check?
Yeah, it won't be a good one, but yeah. Nope.
No, you can't make out anything that's being said that is anything you recognise.
Okay, I want to have a sort of see how far I can go around. So I'm gonna shutter my lantern down so it's not visible. Then have a peek my head round so I can have a look and see what's in the light.
Okay, so it is lit, so you can sort of see a little bit of what's going on. You see a cavern in front of you.
Yeah.
A warm rush of heat comes from a massive fire burning in the centre of this cavern. It's
Oh,
smoke
that's nice.
venting up through a narrow stone chimney. The flames illuminate a rough painting of a five-headed dragon that dominates the north wall. A bedroll is spread out beneath the mural. Near the crackling blaze, a dwarf bundled in a heavy cloak sits on a stone chest beside an elf whose face is covered in dragon tattoos. The dwarf's face is streaked with pulsing blue veins. Both of the figures are chanting. This is what you heard before. They're chanting and they are gesturing towards the north side of the cavern, towards this mural that's painted on there, and they haven't noticed you.
Okay. Am I going to get exhaustion again if I swim back?
Don't know.
I buggered this one, didn't I?
You recognise that
Maybe.
you don't want to go back into that cold water. So
Especially when there's that nice warm fire near. Right, I only brought my dagger with me, didn't I? That was stupid.
So as you've been doing this, everyone else has managed to finish their short rest. If you want to all come up to the... Well, if you want to carry on, everyone else, what you're doing and tell me what you're doing. You've seen that Dabble's now taken a swim across and has disappeared round the corner of this
We see
cavern.
his stuff piled up on the shore of the.
Yep.
Yeah.
How much
water.
benefit would it be if I asked them for a piggyback for a swim across this lake? Given that he's resilient to the water.
I wouldn't be able to keep you above.
You
Okay.
well, no, I mean you could, but then you can't touch
Drown.
the bottom, so you would be
Yeah,
under
fucking
the water.
drown.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to brave this swim.
Yeah. So it obviously as I say, Davil's stuff is kind of piled on the shore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just pick his stuff up?
Yeah.
And I just start swimming across with his stuff.
Okay, so you swim
so-
across.
The elf and dwarf, what wall are they against?
They are. Let me just reveal it.
Just show me everything.
There you go. So they
So I'm
are
just-
they are facing. They are facing this wall.
Oh, so I can.
So they are facing.
potentially-
Let me use the measure tool. They are facing that way.
So I could potentially creep along to this guy or this guy and do stabby in the backy. Can you see that when I do that?
Yes.
Assuming they're bad guys, by the way.
So which one is the elf and which one is the dwarf?
This is the dwarf.
Yeah.
This is the elf.
So conventionally, the elf is generally weaker than the dwarf.
And
So
the
I'm
dwarf
going-
is the one that's got the blue veins on their neck.
Yeah, I can always run like a bastard if it goes pear-shaped. So I'm going to sneak.
We're not there.
Yeah, so
We're not there.
Before you
We're not
do
there,
that,
Phil.
Okay, so before I do that,
Before you do that, I'll give
I want to
the
do
others
that before they make too much noise.
chance to come
all right.
across. So, Cammy, you were going to grab Dabble's stuff and make a swim across before anyone else. Was that right?
Yeah, I just immediately I grab his stuff and start swimming. I'm
Okay.
not particularly bright, but I put two and two together and kind of
Okay.
realize.
So you grab his
I
stuff.
realize that this side of the lake's got nothing going on, so I'm gonna have to make the Constitution roll and suck it up.
Okay, so you swim across and you've met up with Dabble now.
Right. Okay, I'm going to just go.
What
Me.
is my
I'm like,
movement?
and then just holding your
So-
stuff out like.
You should be able to make it across. I'll do for you what I did for Dave and say you're just going to make one Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, it's cold, but you feel the burning fires of the forge within you, and that gives you enough vigor to shrug off the effects of the cold water. So you make it across.
Okay, so I'm going to take my rapier from Camney, and I'm going to gesture to them that I want them to stay still until I call for them. So it's like.
Okay. Hold on. I say I ask him whether or not
fucking hand symbols
quietly, quietly, if it would be more prudent for the other people to try and make it across first.
Oh, they'll make too much noise.
So you can see that these two figures are fairly involved in their ritual ceremony. So you don't think that they're going to be easy to bother or distract, unless you're being really, really obvious about it. You don't think that that they're going to be disturbed by you moving across the lake.
I look to the
we might as well bring everybody over, and then when they're over, I'm gonna go and attack the elf, and then
we'll pile in on top.
I want you to pile in and get the dwarf, okay?
I
should take the elf down in one go.
I very poorly tried to start whispering and I kind of don't understand the concept, and say, but are they bad? Because they don't look like frogs to me.
Yes, but they.
Yeah, I try to attract our big friend's attention with little hand puppets. Look, Bingo the clown.
Okay, so Jeff and Panda, you've seen the rest of your colleagues swim across the lake. Do you want to go and try and join them?
So yep, I'll swim behind Freeze.
Okay, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So you managed to shrug off the effects of the cold water, no problem. You suspect it has something to do with the slug of whiskey you took before the rest of it was poured over that what has now become barbecue frog.
Come on, Master Dwarf. It's your turn.
I wake up from my nap and I kind of see everybody splashing over the lake. So I come over to the edge of the lake, but I'm still exhausted from my swim before. I'm pretty nervous about getting back into the water. So I kind of holler over. What have you got, guys? What's over there? Is it worth me coming?
Surely his exhaust, does it not wear off after his short rest?
No, long rest.
No, it's only a short rest.
Oh. Okay.
And in fairness, the dwarf just yelled across the fucking lake.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone?
Oddly enough, doesn't seem to have bothered the people who are performing the ritual. Dabble's keeping an eye out on what's going on in there, and they don't seem to have noticed. I mean, they didn't notice the big fight with the giant frog.
Good point.
And
definitely noisy.
The exploding frog.
Yeah. So they don't appear to have noticed you.
So there's two things. It's like stabbing them in the back may be a good thing or it may be a bad thing.
So sorry, can someone just fill me in? What happened? What's over there?
I basically make hand gestures that there are two people praying. We're going to stab them in the back.
Do they have any of the similar?
I'll need to be bloody
I come
quiet.
across. They don't look like frogs.
But do they look like the all people that we saw in town?
One of them seems to be infected. Blue veins.
Are they patient zero? How do we want to deal with this?
Didn't stab any of the people who had blue veins in the village.
We wash our hands.
Why are we
after
starting?
kill them. Then we wash our hands again.
Stop bloody
Plenty of water.
shouting.
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. So you camp out on the south side of this cavern.
But the
He's
party.
a real god.
He's going to get Will Wheatoned.
Did you see a
Right,
gelatinous? I've not seen any gelatinous cubes.
Okay.
So the rest of you, what are you doing?
I tap our trustworthy friend on the back and wish him well.
Are you going to make a stealth check for me, Davil?
No, this is the point where I roll a natural 1, isn't it?
Please don't. This would be the perfect time to get the good rolls. That's not bad.
Okay, you manage to sneak slowly into the cabin, and they do not notice you. They are so engrossed in their ritual that they just don't notice you, and you're so quiet. You don't disturb anything on the rock floors, and they simply don't know you're there. Thokul, can you give me a religion check, please?
This is one of these where I want people to stop me doing something stupid if I am about to do something stupid.
Oh dear.
In
I'm ignorant of
anticipation-
other people's religions.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that
In
you're fine.
anticipation
Thank
of-
the Forge,
You just
I
can't
don't know
get into
much
because
about
they
it.
would never understand.
In anticipation of the potentially impending battle, I kind of take a few steps forward, just moving sort of the square in front, so that I, at full sprint, will kind of just be directly, ready to go straight into the fight.
Okay. Anyone else want to take any actions? Thokul.
I'm gonna
or
wait.
Jeff.
I'm gonna reserve an action. I'm gonna get Sacred Flame ready to hit the dwarf as soon as I see our friend have the elf in the back.
What's the range on Sacred Flame?
It is
The one on the
60 feet.
right.
60
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, that's definitely within range.
The one on the right, the Julio character or whatever, that's the dwarf.
Yeah, that's the dwarf.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realise you can see the token name. Of course, you
Yeah,
can, your images.
token names.
So you recognise Hulil is the name of the sister of the dwarf you met in Palebark Village.
So it's a female
It
dwarf.
looks like we're
Female
going
dwarf.
for the kill 'em all and let's rifle through their pockets for what they know afterwards. So, yeah.
Shuffle it down. But right.
Let
Well,
one of many gods sort them out.
Yes.
Stabby, stabby, stab, stab, stab.
So
I could charm, what?
For fuck's sake.
you're gonna make a sneak attack against the elf.
Yep. And it's
Okay.
going to be a really crap sneak attack.
Do you not get a bonus for that?
You get advantage
You
on
get
a stealth
advantage,
roll.
so
It doesn't
I
really
get
help.
9.
let me find these character sheets. So you sneak up behind the elf, you line up your rapier, and just as you're going to drive it forward, he makes like a bow towards the figure on the wall, and your rapier just skims up his back, up his cloak, just cutting it, but doing no damage.
Right.
So
Launch Sacred
he's
Flame.
noticed this now, and so has the other character.
Launch the Sacred Flame.
Full fucking sprint.
Who's there? Who is
Oh,
this?
dear.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? How did you get in here?
Through
Oh, I
the
was
This
the
is
dumb
coming
one,
from
like-
the dwarf.
we came in to find you because your sister's died.
Thule sent you. Thule told you to come here.
Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
I nudge our giant friend to come out of the shadows, push him forward.
Yep, I don't resist, so I stumble forward out of the shadows.
And I follow up behind.
Right.
I step in and
Tiamat will
Jeffrey.
deal with you, she says. And roll initiative.
Just before we roll initiative,
Sorry, did he say Tiamat?
He did.
The dwarf
Just-
said Tiamat or sword.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my character doesn't know what that means, but I do.
Yeah.
Just before we roll initiative, could I take a chance to intimidate them into not fighting? Like, I've just come out of the shadows. Can I just be like,
Okay.
we're friends? like
Okay.
aggressively convince them we're friends?
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation check. I don't want to do that. Hang on.
Oh,
Okay. So, what exactly is it that you yell at?
I literally yell, we're friends! And like run towards with like arms stretched, like, we're here to help.
You run into
but so
my
aggressively.
secret camp with weapons, yelling that you're friends. How are you my friend?
I'm not very smart.
You're throwing my sister's name around. How are you my friend?
look, we've been attacked by a bunch of frogs. We're not certain what the hell you keep it, what kind of house you keep in here, but your pets are a little vicious.
What was the name of the
supposed to
sister?
keep people like her name. Her sister's name was Thule.
Thule.
They're
Yeah, so
supposed
I'm
to
just
keep you out, is what they're supposed to do.
And then how are we supposed to deliver you the message about your sister?
What's wrong with what message have you got from my sister?
Well,
She's
no,
ill.
we're just yeah.
She's ill.
She's had the same effect as to you, and she's pretty much dead. We know that you
Thule's
but you-
fallen ill with the same sickness.
plague. Yes, that you got from Robin Pelk.
Right.
Her time is short.
Feared this may have happened.
Who's your
Okay.
friend?
This is my
Who's this dude?
acolyte. This is Raygrin. He is my loyal acolyte of Tiamat. We were
Does he have any
hoping-
blue veins?
He
Can
doesn't.
I ask
no.
about Tiamat, please? Who is this Tiamat?
Tiamat, the five-headed dragon god.
Can I make another religion check on that one?
Sure. You don't recognize the name.
Okay. Damn.
We had hoped Tiamat would send us something to help cure this disease.
We are the something.
I believe what we have contracted is something called Frigid Woe. All I know is its name and these symptoms.
And do you know how you may have contracted it, or what item you may have contracted it from?
We know that Frigid Woe has been seen in Islecross and has been contracted by adventurers and explorers and treasure seekers that travel over there to make their fortune. We liberated some artifacts that had returned from Islecross that had been sold to Pelk's Curiosities. 2 of them were glass vials, blue glass vials. They were sold to Pelk's by Ugon Wenth. And we believe that the blue colour in these vials was because of something that was clinging to the inside of them. There was a blue dust that was coming out of one of these vials, and we believe this is the source of our affliction.
Okay.
I had hoped that by sending the rest of the band with Thule out to sell the items that we got from Pelk's, that we would be able to get enough coin together to make our way back to Shady Creek Run and find someone there who can cure this.
One more
Maybe
question.
that didn't happen.
What's happened to the vials? The blue dust.
We sold one of them to a traveller that we met on the road outside Palebank Village. He was travelling with a family, and we sold him the vial for a handful of gold to try and use that to finance our way out. The other one I opened and used the dust inside to lay a trap, and I laid a trap within the mechanism of this chest that I sit upon.
So can you remember anything about the traveller?
He was a human. I believe he said he was staying at the Jolly Dwarf when he goes into town, although everybody stays at the Jolly Dwarf, so that's hardly new information.
Can you remember his name?
Let me check.
I'd like to make a perception roll on any jewelry that he is wearing, please.
What, the elf?
Either of them. I'm looking.
Hulu is a female dwarf. Neither of them appear to be wearing any jewelry.
Okay, in that
just
case,
cloaks.
I ask. There were other items taken that you liberated. What became of them?
Yes, they're in here as well. And she stands up and turns to the stone chest she's been sitting upon, and she mutters a prayer. Dread Tiamat, bless our endeavours. Touches the chest, and then lifts the lid of the chest. Within the chest, she pulls out a piece of paper, looks at it. Yes, the merchant's name was Irvin Leal. He was the person that we sold the vial to. You can see within the chest there are some other items in there. A scroll case, a statuette, and what looks like a quiver, and right in the bottom corner a ring.
Right, well, we need to return those items.
Yeah, I agree.
Return them?
Yes.
Well, we feel
who they came from.
We also feel that they actually form part of the cure.
Sorry, what was that, Tom?
They may also form part of the cure. We need. We're here basically to find a cure, and we need anything that has been involved. So these items could form important clues or even parts of the puzzle. We feel that they would be best held with us, given your current incapacitation and situation.
She looks down as you say this at her arms, and you can see the blue veining is present on her arms.
Let's just put it this way: you'll probably be dead. You'll probably be dead in about a day.
I wasn't going to be as blunt as my friend here, but we feel that these items may help us more than they currently help you.
What we know of Frigid Woe does not progress that fast. It is a slow, torturous
painful
death. I don't know. I'm sure I'll find out soon enough, but it is a slow death.
I mean, it could be sooner.
If you are looking for a cure for this, then I would be willing to let you take these items on the condition that when you find this cure, it is delivered to me.
That promise I can give you.
Then very well.
Okay. We'll take these items and roll them up carefully. Is anybody wanting to use the arrows, perhaps?
No, they need to be returned to Pelk.
Fair enough. Okay, in that case, we'll wrap them up carefully.
Are you taking a look at them, or are you just shoveling them in?
Yeah, but I don't want to handle them too much. We don't know what's on them, whether they've been infected with blue dust. As such, I'm treating them as if they are...
Can you give me an investigation check? Whoever's going into the chest, can you give me an investigation check? Okay, you don't see any sign of the blue dust within the chest.
Okay, fair enough.
Notice you looking and yes, these items they are fine. They are not infected with the Frigid Woe. What I had left from the broken vial is within the trap set in my chest.
Okay.
Make sure that if you are wanting to help yourself to this chest later, that you give proper reverence to Holy Tiamat. And she
Fair
goes,
enough.
"Really?"
Okay, can I have a quick look at the Jade Statuette?
Sure. It looks like a very fine example of carved jade. Can you give me a nature check?
Nature.
It looks like a humanoid figure. You couldn't say what it is, but it's a very good example, a very detailed example of a humanoid figure.
Fair enough.
What I will. So there is a gilded scroll case in there, currently closed. This jade statuette, and a quiver containing some arrows, and a silver ring set with jasper stone. There's also a coin pouch in there.
I don't believe we have any use for the coin, but our trustworthy friend might have a different view.
Not one of the stolen items, though.
It's part of the hoard. It needs to go back.
Okay, fair enough.
That's very
We'll,
single-minded of you there, Devil. So you take the coin pouch. Are you taking all the items?
Yeah, we'll take them all. Wrap them up.
Take the fucking chest.
The scroll case.
No, we're not taking the chest. It's trapped.
No,
Well,
can we open the scroll?
It's a stone chest. It's almost immovable. It's very, very heavy.
If we open the scroll case, we don't trigger the.
Not here.
No,
Not here.
Okay, fair enough.
The only tricks in here were on the chest itself. The items themselves are fine.
And the silver ring set with jasper. Anything interesting about it?
Just it looks like a very fine piece of jewelry.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. If we find a cure, we will be back.
Okay.
Let's just
Trust
go.
that you will. Tiamat watches me. Let's assume she watches you too.
All right, I gotta add all these items to my inventory. Bear with me.
Okay, you notice that the arrows in the quiver do look like they may be magical.
Okay. I will put
Magic.
quiver
Big louder, John.
of
Yeah, was your
arrows.
is your detect magic a
I think I've got it as a spell.
Okay, yeah, you do, yeah. You want to expend your detect magic on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so knock your slots down, remaining to 1. Yeah, you definitely notice a magical aura coming off the arrows.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair magic.
You also notice a magical aura coming off on the chest. On the top of the chest is carved another image of, you assume now to be Tiamat, and you notice a glow around the mouth of one of the dragon heads near where you would normally have a key or a lock mechanism.
How many arrows, by the way?
6.
6. Okay.
They're definitely
all right.
magical. If you spend some time with them during a rest, you can figure out what the nature of their magic is.
Jade statue and a scroll case. You said.
Yeah.
Can I take a look at the scroll by any chance?
Yeah, if you open it.
Well, the case. What has it got? What inscriptions? Anything does it have on it?
So the scroll case is gilded, and it. Can you give me an Arcana check?
Yeah.
I was going to say, can we wait till we get out into daylight first?
You recognise it as a map of the multiverse. It gilded onto the side of the scroll case.
Okay, I ask our friends, our newfound friends, if they know what was in the case, if they've opened it, if they read it. Is
the
it
case
information?
is empty. The case is empty. It's just an antiquity.
Okay, fair enough. All right, and last was a ring set with gap.
Yeah. Dabble may be able to tell you the rough values of these items if you want to spend some time looking at them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but not till we get out to the.
Not till we get out. That's
you're
fine.
You're taking the coin purse as well.
Yep.
Yeah. How many? Or do I just put
It's
coin
just a coin.
purse
It's
for
a
now?
coin purse. Just put Hooley's coin purse.
How do I spell that?
Hulil.
Sounds sort of
Hulil.
smutty.
It does.
How exactly did you get over to this cabin? this particular camp.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. How do you people deal with the water?
We train our frogs to ferry us around when we need them to.
Oh,
I'm
well,
assuming you
did.
met old
No, that's
Croaker
what we
on
did.
your way in.
Yeah, that's what we did. We trained the frogs.
There you go. There you
Um,
have it.
You left the buckets of feed
I'm
for them,
impressed
and they
that
responded.
you managed to turn them to your cause. We assumed most people would not be able to do that. That was probably a failing of ours.
Yeah,
Our bard singing voice is calm,
we may have
even the most
overfed the big
dangerous
one.
beast.
I grew up with frogs.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, we may have overfed the big one. He may have some intestinal problems. You might want to, watch his feed.
Old Croaker is robust. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'm more concerned about me. Bring me my cure.
Well, you guys stay here and look after yourselves. I think I hear my mother calling.
We can find our way out. You guys chill. We got this.
Yeah.
Maybe wait here for like 20 minutes until we've left.
Yeah.
No, we'll be back. Okay, let's just
Don't
go.
worry about it.
Okay?
The guys down in the cave have got everything. They're feeding your pets. Everything's cool. The water and the plants.
Right, I'm moving out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm swimming across. I need to make a constant.
Dabble, you're exhausted, aren't you?
Yes.
Right, just let me mark you so I know.
Okay, I'm gonna try and swim across and make another Constitution check.
Where on earth is the frost? Oh, there it is. So who did a Constitution check? 13.
Me.
Let me find where my thing says the. Yeah, again, very cold, but you're fine.
Cool. Power of the Forge.
So, Pandak, you meet Thokal as he swims back across.
I start
Jeff,
to relate to
can
our
you give me a
dwarf
Constitution
magic.
saving throw? You're fine. That the whiskey's still doing you proud.
I'm relating to our dwarven magical friend what's been happening on the other side, and point out that now might be the time that we make a judicious retreat.
John, have you thought about disabling echo cancellation and noise reduction?
If I knew how to do it, I probably would.
That's for John, because I can hear you fine.
God! No, turn it off!
That's bloody awful. Right,
Yeah.
that was a silly mistake.
Yeah.
Can I do that again?
We all learnt a lesson. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm going to swim over.
Okay, Davil, Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, this might be where I need our giant friend to help me.
No, you're fucked, mate. What do you need me to do?
Oh, that sounds like a modem.
Yeah, it does sound like a modem. Yeah, it's just as unpleasant coming back across as it was the first time. You suffer another point of exhaustion.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a long
You
rest.
now move at half speed.
Yeah.
Now that all my friends have made their way back across, I kind of back up and make my way across the water as well.
Okay.
One thing I've got to say, guys, stop bloody digging. When we got the way out, we could have gone ages ago. Right, let's get out of here.
Welcome back to this side of the pond.
Wait, what do you mean? We wouldn't have found these wonderful people.
Right, let's
So you're
get out of here.
You're making your way
Have a rest
back out
of
the way you
daylight.
came. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to go all the long way around. We're not going to go through the batshit cave. We're not batshit crazy. I'm going to have to lean on somebody to help me go across.
Okay. So you make your way.
Map change.
Map
change.
Yeah, told you GM's been busy. I've been drawing shit.
Ooh.
So you make your way out to the exit to Croaker Cave.
Yeah, I think we should have a...
and Paddock are still suffering the effects of their submersion in the terrible cold pools. So your pace is a bit slower.
I think we should have a long. I think we should have a long rest once we get out.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we?
You're going to take a long rest at the mouth of the cave, or are you going to try and make your way back to Pale Bank?
I think we should make our way back because.
Did we have horses or did we walk us in?
You walked. You haven't got any horses or anything like that. You haven't.
No, I can't remember. It was last week. I've slept since then.
I would be
what
State
I'll do
Road
for the next one, I'll give you a nice summary. Yeah,
Were
no
these
horses.
very safe roads, or are we likely to meet random bandits?
Well, this is the road we came in on.
I mean, you went into
Yeah.
the bandit camp, so this is where the bandits are
Yeah.
based. So
Okay, I'll need to lean on somebody to help me get across. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would propose that we certainly go back because I think everybody needs a long rest, and if we all sleep, then we can't have someone
Okay.
on watch.
okay, so you're
Okay.
gonna make your way
Okay.
back
So
up
we'll
the road?
limp all the way back to the village.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is there anyone wounded before we set off? I mean, I can't. I have one more spell slot, mind you. All right, let's wait. We'll wait till we get
I
back
don't
to
think
town.
No, I
anyone's
believe
taken any damage
the
yet.
only person in your party carrying an injury is currently Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just been Luke about. It's fine.
So yeah, I think we head back to
the
town.
village.
So
you
you-
guys did too long. Didn't
So
read
just
the-
giving it the big nah, I'm alright, mate. I'll be fine. I'll walk it off. Okay, so you make your way back to Power Arc Village. As you start making your way up the approach to Croaker Cave, you do notice a group of figures approaching you down the same road as you come up.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Hide.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that we can hide against?
No,
That's-
it's barren.
Not much of
There's a
it.
tree right next to the entrance.
At
Yeah.
this point, they have seen you as well.
Can we kind of figure out what they look like from here? Like, can we tell do they look like bandits? Do they look like merchants?
You can see what looks like a group of elves and a single dwarf making their way back down the path.
How many people? How many figures?
5.
Is there any on the path that we're walking on? Is there any undergrowth or any kind of area of occlusion at all?
No, it's completely barren. It's
Right,
completely barren.
we got to bluff our way
Fucking
through this.
single
Oh,
file,
guys,
single
do we
file
want-
behind
No,
the.
no. Right, we talk first, okay?
I was going to say, do we want to move back into the cave so that at least we have a pinch point?
Well, we can move back. We talk first, and then if necessary, we do a stage retreat, okay?
All right. So we are at the
Okay.
mouth of the cave.
So
Sounds
You-
like losing to me.
you approach these figures, and
Well, we
they're-
won't approach. We'll let them come to us.
Okay, so you stop and they make a slow approach down. Hello.
What are they wearing? What are they?
They are wearing the similar sort of equipment that you saw on the elves and dwarves within the cave. So scraps of leather armor, light leather armor. Okay, so what are you lot doing poking around?
We've just. John, that's gone really bad. We've just been to see Hooley.
Hooley, right?
Yes.
What business did you
And,
have with Hooley?
And we're talking about a certain cure, and we've arranged to get a cure for Hooley.
That's why we were in town.
Oh, did you manage to get one?
No. We went
Oh,
through
you managed to
pelts. Nothing in there. Not that we hadn't already stolen. For some reason.
Yeah. Now the thing is,
Lost focus.
is that we got a few contacts, and especially in the churches, you see, and we think we got some good ideas of how we can get there. So we're going to go back, and we'll be coming back.
Yeah,
in a day's
and
time.
if you go in and talk to him, he'll tell you we've
Her.
just literally,
Him?
Her.
there was obviously something happened in there. We've arrived after somebody
Yep.
had. It's a mess, but yeah, we have spoken to Hooley. If you speak to him, describe
Her.
us.
Him?
Her. Sorry, her.
Right, ignore my colleague. He
Well-
tends to shoot off his mouth. He lives in a world of his own. Right,
I mean, you
we've
wouldn't be
already gone.
stupid enough to be throwing that name around without knowing what you're doing. So, live and let
We'll
live.
be
That's
going,
my
okay?
philosophy.
And we'll see you back in a couple of days.
Just as you reach this agreement, the lone dwarf of the group sticks his head around and takes a good look at you, Davil. Davil? Is that you? Fancy seeing you so far north.
Fuck.
I'm
I
gonna.
never would have thought you'd have made it this far. You know, Rexa is very upset with you.
What, me? What have I done?
Well,
I gave.
You know
I
what
did
you
not.
did, Davil. You know what
I
you
did
did.
not. No, I did everything that I was asked and more.
She begs to differ.
Has she been passing rumours again?
I'm sure if word made way to her that you were up here, she would probably buy me a house. Yeah, definitely a house. Small house, but definitely a house.
Yeah,
If
but
I were
yeah.
you, Davil, I'd find a way to make it right. I'm an understanding dwarf. I know how these things go down. Others may not be so understanding.
Okay, I consider. Thank you for your warning. I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. I think it wasn't that bad. I don't think she could be that mad. Not at me.
you know how she gets. She takes this stuff personally.
Oh, it's like just a few gold pieces. That's all.
He just shakes his head and continues walking down the path with his colleagues. Okay.
Right, time to get out of Dodge.
Fucking hightail it. I pick up Davil.
And you make your way back to Palbark
the
Village.
fuck down. I'd fucking hightail it.
Okay.
Because they're gonna go in that cave, and then like 10 seconds later, gonna be belting it after us. So
Look, Focal. Look, stop bloody digging, okay? I
Hey,
persuaded the way out, and then you made everything so much more complicated.
as Davil's trying to have this conversation, he's having to do it like over my shoulder as I'm running at full pelt away from Thokal.
Okay, so you're making your way back towards Palbark Village?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ideally, straight for the tavern.
Palebank Village.
Um,
You're heading straight to the Jolly Dwarf.
Ideally, yeah. I think we need to get rested up ASAP, or at least kind of, I don't know, be amongst a bunch of other people that we can hide behind.
We need to be in the
Fodder.
tavern where we're safe amongst people.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back up the path to Palebank Village, straight into the Jolly Dwarf. The downstairs of this inn features a large tap room. A grey-haired dwarf behind the bar greets you cheerfully as you enter. 2 male humans and 2 tiefling children laugh among themselves as they enjoy a meal together.
This is the same place we were in the first game, right?
Can you see that? I don't know what you're
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see an inn.
Okay, you can see the inn. So you see 2 humans and 2 tiefling children. The 2 humans are sitting at one of the tables, and the 2 tieflings are playing around by the fireplace.
Jeff, I believe that I owe you a whiskey.
Yes.
Head over to the bar and buy a round for everyone.
I assume a long rest will require a bit of a snooze as well.
Yeah, a long rest would require you to have to spend the night.
So I think
So
we'll
it's
book
like
some room.
early afternoon. You already have rooms at the Dwarf.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a meal, a beer, and a snooze.
Are you going to try and find Elro before you head down for your rest, to let him know that you've identified the cause of this illness?
Yeah, but somebody else can do that because I'm not going to. It's going to take me a while to get there.
Okay, so you're just going to have the rest now.
Yeah, I will actually, before we rest, I'm going to heal up Jeff with a cure wounds.
Yeah.
So are you doing this while you're in the Dwarf?
But I'll wait until we go up to the room, so it's basically not a public spectacle.
Actually, we could send a runner to Elro. One of the children.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the children. Are you going to ask the child directly, or one of the children's parents?
Well, I can ask the barkeep.
Arl Botek. He's the Bortok. Sorry, he's the guy who works behind the bar.
Any chance of sending a runner to Elro?
Yeah, I could send someone to bring Elro here if you like.
Push over a silver piece to pay for it.
Okay.
Just grab them here.
Irvin, would you mind popping to find Elro and let him know that he's wanted in the dwarf? And one of the humans looks up from the table and yes, fine. Fenton, please watch the children. I'm sure they'll be fine. And he gets up and leaves.
Cool. So beers and food all around.
Before Thoko does any cure wounds or anything, it might actually just be easier. Or I don't know if we're going to rest, and I don't know if you rest and restore your cure wounds, but we have hit dice, right?
You roll your hit dice when you take a rest. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll cure on the rest anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, but then you'll also recover your spell slots. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a spell slot, so I figured I might as well use it today before we rest.
One thing
So
you do.
Either that, or I can use it to identify something.
Can you all roll a perception check for me, please?
Not very good. Oh dear.
Oops.
Okay.
The most perceptive.
Camney, you remember from when you were in the Croaker Cavern the name Irvin that was just shouted across the bar.
Leal, right?
Irvin Leal. He's the guy that Hooley sold the vial to.
Mm.
He's the guy that the
Just fucking
bartender just sent out to find Elro for you.
Has he left?
He's just made his way out the door. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I make the door and grab
kids
him.
are the ones he just left, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I make to the door and just grab him by the shoulder, like not aggressively, and I'm just like, Irvin.
Yes.
Irvin.
Yes. Irvin. Yes.
And like kind of pull him back in and like look to my slightly more intelligent compatriot and say, Irvin, and like kind of Irvin.
Oh, Irvin.
Irvin! Oh, Irvin! Yeah, Irvin!
Oh.
Yes,
Irvin,
that's
Can
me.
you do
Yes.
me a favour? Could you just sit down here for a second? Barkeep, can I have a beer, please?
Okay, you don't need me to get Elro?
Just wait first, because we need to have a conversation first.
Okay, right. Okay, yes, let's sit down. Certainly. How
Jeff,
can I help
could you do me a favour, Jeff? Could you go and get Elro for us?
I was gonna say I'll just fucking run and get him. Like I'm big and fast, so I just run to go and find Elro with the intention of bringing him back to the tavern.
Irvin.
Yes.
I believe that you bought a vial from a certain dwarf.
Yes, that's right. We encountered her on the road into Palebank. What? Oh, like a week ago.
What's happened to the vial?
It looked like Aeorian. We have it here.
Right. Is it still closed?
No, it was broken. And he pulls it out of his satchel, and you see this glass vial with a crack running down it. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's Aeorian. I'm sure I'm going to make a lot of money when I get this to Ithadern.
Just put it gently on the table for a second. Actually, no, put it gently back in the bag.
Okay, are you interested in purchasing this?
Right. No, just right.
Slips back into the bag. You can see a couple of sparkles are left on his hand from where he's been handling the.
Right. I think we need to get you to a priest, my lad.
Priest? Why?
We got a horrible suspicion that that file may not be good.
Not good how?
As in, very bad.
Can I try a persuasion check to persuade him that we're actually trying to convince him of his own best interests here?
You can do. He seems very open with you. Yes, you can. Yes,
wow,
he's
persuasive.
He's absolutely accepting of everything that you're telling him. He perceives absolutely no subterfuge from you, and he really does believe that you're trying to explain to him something important. But what exactly is what's wrong with this vial? What do you know?
We think that the powder inside may carry an illness with it.
Oh, an illness. Oh God.
A
So
rather
don't
bad
touch your
one.
face.
Rub
Don't
it on his
touch your
fucking face.
Ah,
Right,
our
just
children have
stay
been
there.
playing with it. We've all been handling it. The children have been playing with it.
Right. Calm down. We're trying to find a cure, and we will find one, but we're going to need to make sure that nobody goes near that vial. Nobody else goes near that vial, so it stays in that bag, okay?
Okay. But
Right,
you're
we're going to
you know of a cure. You know of a cure.
we're going to try and find a cure. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay.
So Elro should be here soon.
Okay.
Did Jeff go off and get one? Or
I
was
ran
it,
off to get
you
Elro.
ran off to get
Yeah,
him?
Camney went off to fetch him.
So what we
And
need to do
just
is...
as you say that, Camney enters full pelt straight back through the door, and 10 seconds later, Elro walks in.
Yeah, fucking. I'm like, we're at the tavern and it just ran off.
Ah, you're back.
Elro,
Fucking see you there,
Yes.
mate.
Did you
Elro, I'm
find-
sorry to say, we got a problem.
What, you found the cause of the
We
illness?
found the cause. Unfortunately, Erwin over here has got what we think is part of that cause.
What is it?
So we think it's a vial of blue powder, and Irvin bought one from the people who caused this.
You found the people who caused this. Then who are they?
They're a group of bandits.
Okay.
So
As
we
suspected.
think that Irvin and his family may be infected, so we need to put them into quarantine.
Okay, Irvin is still trying to process this, but he seems resigned to it. He's believing everything you're telling him. He just looks dejected at the moment, and he keeps muttering over and over that the children have been playing with it. I can't believe the children have been playing with it. He said, "Okay, you have this vial here. This is Erlo. You have an example of what's causing this illness."
It's in the bag, but do not open the bag.
Right. Okay.
Because the vial is damaged.
With your permission, I would like to take your bag to the priests, and hopefully they can investigate this and find a cure for you. Would that be okay? And Owen goes, yes, please take it. Take the bag. Take everything. Take what you need. So Erlo picks it up and says, "Okay, thank you very much. I know I promised you a reward for finding the cause of this illness, and I'm a man of my word. So here's the 100 gold pieces that I promised you." And he fishes in his belt, pulls out a coin pouch and hands it to you, Devil.
Oh.
If I may ask another indulgence, would you mind staying in town for one more day while I get my priest to look at this and see if there's anything that we can do to help the people afflicted by this?
Yeah,
I'm up for that.
I want to have a word with Pelk anyway about this, because we think that's where it originally came from.
Okay, that's very kind of you. I'll take this over to my priests now. Will you be staying in the dwarf?
We will do. Just to warn, if we stay too long, the bandits may have worked out what we're doing. So I would keep your fighty men ready.
I will inform the grass swords that there are bandits that may be bothering us, just to make sure they're aware. I'm sure we can handle them.
Out of character, I just
Keep your
call them
fighty men. Keep your fighty men sorted.
Fighty men.
The grass swords, yes,
Keep
they
on
are.
their toes.
They are accomplished enough. They keep us safe. Thank you again. And he takes the bag and walks out of the dwarf.
As he's walking out the door, like, because I'm in that corner, I very rapidly move the fuck away. As like, I don't want to be anywhere near the
You don't
back.
want to be anywhere near it. Okay, so
Yeah.
you back into the corner. You're almost at the bottom of the stairs at this point.
Social distancing.
To try and keep as far as possible away from this bag. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So Elro is left. What would you like to do? Obviously, Irvin and his husband are both sitting at the table now, with the kids, one in each of their arms. They look shell shocked.
Get the fuck away from them. I go to bed. Like, I'm going for
Okay.
I'm going for my rest. Like,
All right, you make your way back upstairs.
Jeff, before you go to bed, let me do something about those wounds of yours.
Cool. Cheers.
Okay, you're gonna cure wounds on Jeff. 10 points.
Get to fondle Jeff.
Overkill.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go. Sleep well, my friend.
Will do. Thank you very much.
And then I'm off to bed myself.
Okay, you're going back up to rest, or does anyone don't want to do anything else before you rest?
I'm going to sort of like reassure Irvin that we shall be looking for a cure,
Thank you.
and that the
Thank
best
you.
thing they should do is to stay in their rooms away from other people, just in case it spreads.
Okay, we will. We understand. We wouldn't want this to happen to anybody else. But please, as quick as you can. That I saw what happened to Uren, and I don't want that to happen to my children.
Sure.
Okay. So
And then I shall depart for bed myself.
Okay, so you all go upstairs. You all settle down and take a long rest. No one else has got any damage, so there's no hit dice to roll. Anyone who's spent spell slots can recover them. Any of your other abilities that like bardic inspiration is recovered.
Back as well.
You're all back up to tip-top condition. So as you make your way down to the common area in the morning, you help yourself to some breakfast, and as you're eating, Elbow comes in. There's no one else in the dwarf at this point. It's just you five. He says, "Thank you for staying. I've had my priest look at it, and they've given the information that you've given us about it being called Frigid Woe, and this example that we've got. We've managed to identify what this is. It's from the Aeorian ruins. We've seen weapons like this before that were used during the calamity 800 years ago, when gods were fighting gods, and they keep turning up and they keep causing so much damage. Luckily, the people who created these monstrous weapons had the good grace to create an antidote, so at the very least their own people could be cured should they accidentally inflict themselves. We know from the lore that we have of Aeor that the cure for Frigid Woe is a milky liquid that was stored in small gold vials. And again, this is something that has been seen in the Aeorian ruins of Iselcross. What I would ask of you now is to do Palebank Village one more favour, and to travel to the islands of Iselcross and see if you can recover any of these gold vials to save the people that are already affected in Palebank Village. I would happily pay you a reward of 200 gold pieces if you were to return with these with a cure for my people.
On the way, fought with a lot
Up
of
for that.
danger. Is 200 the only? Is that the top end for our services?
We're a poor outpost. We will offer you free transport to Iselcross, and anything you find while you're over there, over and above the cure, is you're welcome to it. We have infrastructure in place in Serinia where you will land, where you can sell or trade any other artifacts that you find while looking in the Aeorian ruins. This is the business of this area. This is why people come here, to make their fortune. This is why these terrible things made their way through our village in the first place.
See the benefits of this. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm relieved that you have agreed. If you can stay in town for one more day, I will speak to the shipmasters at the harbour, and I will get you passage on a ship that is travelling to Isle Cross on the morn. And obviously this will all be covered by the village. You won't be expected to pay any passage or work on the trip. Thank you again. And he departs.
Okay. Now that it's morning, I'd like to have a word with our trustworthy friend about getting a share of that 100 gold piece purse that we were given. Or are we now party and everything is party goods?
It was handed to Dabble, so if you want to have a discussion about divvying up spoils,
I'd like to suggest that the at least questionably thief-like fella shouldn't be holding all the money.
Yeah, our trustworthy friend is possibly not the best person to be party key holder here.
Yeah.
I was just making sure that he was looking after it. Just haven't had the chance to divvy it yet.
Okay, you're gonna divvy it up then?
Just resting.
I'm going to divvy it up then.
Okay, so it's 20 gold pieces each.
One for you. One for you.
One for me. One for me. One for you. One for you. One for me. One for me.
Are you, Thoko, you had the coin purse that you took from Croaker Cave?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to look in there?
Let's have a look in that. What's it got in it?
10,000.
Okay. It has... That's not that window. It has 415 copper pieces, 234 silver pieces, 43... let's not do that because... 124 gold pieces.
Okay. Are we all agreed that this?
Sorry,
ain't going back?
174 gold pieces.
This was taken.
Could you repeat
from...
what's in the purse?
Yes, 415 copper, 234 silver, and 135 gold.
No electrum.
Yes, there is electrum in there, but I'm not dealing with that BS currency, so I just converted it to gold for you. Your way.
Okay.
This was maybe taken from Pelk's along with the rest of the stuff, so we need to ask Pelk how much money was taken, return that to them. Okay.
Nah, because
yeah,
that wasn't on the bill of goods of things that were missing or collected or stolen.
I might ask, are you a chaotic good thief by any chance, Dave?
Yeah. I mean, she didn't intimate to us that she'd lost it. And
it was goods that were taken, and they are.
As far as you're aware, as far as we are aware, those goods weren't taken.
I can't remember what goods were taken from the original day.
We have the entire list of the...
You have the list of what was taken and
The
item. There was no money on the list, no.
The list
we're having it then.
Yeah, the list as I have
the statue,
it
the ring, the scroll case, the vial.
We have all those things. The coin purse
dagger,
was...
scroll case, statue.
Yeah, it wasn't part of the story.
Yeah, fine.
No money on there.
I withdraw my my objection. We'll take the money.
Okay,
Are
can
you going to try and return any of the other stuff to Pelk?
Yes.
We probably will, but yeah, can you?
No, it needs to be returned. And there's no point in us carrying it because it's heavy. So
It's
it was
not that
originally
heavy.
stolen from her. Sorry.
It's not that heavy.
No.
But it was originally stolen from Pelk is male or female?
Female. You believe.
Female. I did want to say it. So it was originally taken from Pelk. We return it, and our hands are white. And also, we need to ask Pelk about these vials anyway, and ask what the fuck.
Are you going to make your way over to Pelk's?
Hold on. Before we do that, can we divvy up this bag, please? Can you tell me what it is divided by 6?
5.
No, I've
5.
far too much. Yeah, far too much mile to do maths. I can do it. I can do it on the next game if you like, and divvy it up for you.
We'll do it for the next game.
Yeah.
We'll do it for the next game.
Okay. Are you going to make your way over to
I'm
Pelk's?
quite, I trust the half elf. I don't mind you just hanging on to my share.
All right.
I think we're going to buy things in the group anyway.
First.
Okay, so you make your way over to Pelk's. It's sort of in the middle of the village. It's got a very considering all the other signs you've seen in the village, quite an intricate sign. Pelk's Curiosities with The P being the tail of a dragon. It's very interesting. It's shuttered and it's dark.
Knock, knock.
As you go to knock the door, it just swings open.
Doesn't look like this stuff's getting returned.
Creep
no.
in, yep. I
don't.
Straight through.
Dab, are you going?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
going in.
You
Oh,
go
well,
in.
if they're going in, I absolutely go in.
Okay. You look
Not gonna be
around.
showing up.
There's stuff strewn all over the floor. It looks like it's been tossed. And you recall that when you encountered the bandits on the road back to the Croaker Cave, that they mentioned that they'd gone to Pelk's looking for stuff.
I have a quick practical question.
Mhm.
From the floor to the ceiling, how tall is this
10 foot.
shop? Okay.
You can fit. Yeah, you fit.
Anybody?
If there's anything hanging, I'm like, ow.
No,
ow.
there's nothing hanging, no
Ow.
lights or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can
You
I
can
look
see
around? Can I look around past all the strewn stuff for any
Yeah. Anybody?
secret doors, any little alcoves?
You see a fairly obvious door in the back corner of the shop behind the counter. It's
through the
closed. Okay, you open the door. You go in and you see what looks like an office, a storeroom, with a bed set against one wall, and in the bed is what looks like an ice statue.
Oh dear, we're a bit too late.
Can I
Right.
investigate the ice statue?
No, don't touch the ice statue.
Okay, I'll back
Remember,
up from
this
the ice
is
statue.
what caused what the end result of the Forbidden Woe is.
You recognise this as being what Ergon ended up as after.
Didn't they move him to the center of town, though?
They moved him from his. They moved him outside the town. The graveyard is outside town.
Okay, but
Yeah,
when they moved him, did the people who moved him touch? Do they seem infected by the same? I'm just wondering whether or not the blue dust was the only infection point, or whether or not once you've been touched by the blue dust, you're an infection point. Does the whole town look like it's infected with this?
Give me an insight check.
Okay, bear with me.
So, no, everyone that you've come across who's been infected, you know has been in direct contact with the vial. You've not heard of anybody or seen anybody that's exhibiting symptoms or has shown any sign of being infected who hasn't handled directly one of these vials.
Okay. I relate to the rest of the party then that I don't believe that the statues themselves are infectious.
Yeah, but there's no point in tempting fate.
I touched
Okay.
the statue.
You'd
Good.
poke.
I won't be.
It is ice. It is actual ice. It's not a frozen body or a frozen corpse. It is actually ice.
Right. Well, there's just one thing. So we need to go to Elro and
Wait, did you say?
Whoa.
Did you say it's
Let's-
not a frozen person? It's like
No, it's not a
Yeah.
frozen person. It is solid ice. It is
it's
water
actual
ice.
ice.
Yeah.
So
water
can we
ice.
melt it and find out what's inside?
I mean, there's nothing around that. I mean, you could try. That you can't see anything in the area that's currently hot. That it's been abandoned. So
I have a torch. And a thermos.
can I just point out is we're not clerics. It's not our purview.
it is a little
melting
desecrated
ice?
as well, tiny bit.
What are we gonna learn from it?
snapping
You
off
said
a
it's
finger
not a
and
frozen
using it as an
person.
ice cube.
What are you going to learn from it?
That's where I would
What are
hide
you actually going to
things.
learn of the melting
Yes.
ice? That ice melts.
I would hide things
Listen.
inside of it.
They didn't have science class. Ooh.
You can see that the figure is still wearing clothes, but the person is made of ice. So the clothes are still there, pouches are still there.
Oh, well, is there anything in his clothing then?
Fucking Rob.
You want to search it?
Yeah.
No, you find nothing in the clothes.
Wait, so robbing the statue isn't desecration, but me
No,
wanting
no,
to
no.
melt it is out of the question?
Wait, no, it's just pointless. It's like what is he going to
Put it
do?
in his pockets. He was the guy we were coming to see.
Fire.
I mean, she's dead anyway.
She's yelling.
She.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So
Write this
there's no there's no problem if robbing her. She's dead anyway. We might as well take those things that we're going to return because she doesn't want them anymore. But we need to tell Elro that she's dead and get a lift back. So I'll have those arrows. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Would you like? Have they been identified?
so yes, okay. You did a long rest, didn't you? So yes, you managed to spend an hour communing and looking at these arrows, and they are +1 arrows.
Okay. All right. Dave, I will remove them from my inventory. You have 6 +1 arrows.
So then, by the same extension,
Mm-hmm.
if the party seems fine with keeping the stolen items now that Pearl is dead,
Mm-hmm.
then we can just search this shop and steal whatever we want now, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, fine with that. If there's anything useful in here.
These are the loosest
it's also
morals.
Whoever's
over.
looting, do me an investigation check.
Someone else should loot.
Yep, 15.
Okay, Dabble, you have a poke around. You see very quickly that anything of any value has already been taken. There's no coin. There's nothing that you think it's worth taking at all.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
not worth
ask
it.
a technical question? How do I get things to disappear from my inventory list and not leave a blank
You
line?
have to unlock it, and then you have the delete option come up. So that little padlock, click on it.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
It's a
Cool,
bit
thank you.
counterintuitive.
There we go. Thank you.
I'm going to have to call it quick.
I was about to say,
Yeah, I was about to say, my
we're at a
wife has
good
just
point to
asked me
finish.
what time we're going till, so
Yeah.
I was going to ask much the same question.
'Cause I've got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, so thank you for another great evening. I will tell you all that you have made it to level 2.
Yeah.
You have all leveled up, so we'll go through the rolls for your level up before next game, and you can scurry on off to Isle Cross on the next game and see if you can find a cure.
Fantastic.
Thank you again, Ian.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much. I'm really good.
Again.
Thank you. Yeah, awesome. All right, guys.
All right, see you all
Well
next
played,
week.
everyone.
Good night.
So what I'll do, I will actually speak to all of you individually to figure out what you want to do your level ups. Most of the stuff you can do just by reading the player's handbook or the standard rules. Phil, I need to talk to you because there are some choices that you can make in this setting that aren't in the standard rules that you might want to make for your level up. I don't think I've got that for anybody else. So if you want to have a look in the rules to see what you can do when you get to level 2, what you can pick, and then let me know, that would be great. Yeah, but I will talk to you, Phil, and we'll figure out what to do with your character.
Sweet. Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
Cheers,
Okay.
guys. Excellent.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Cool,
you all.
cheers,
See you
everyone.
next week.
Bye.
Good night.
Cheers.